What's her last name? I'll look it up. I don't really recall. Starts with an S. So swummy, slippy, slappy, Swanson? Maybe it's on the briefcase. Look on the... Oh, yeah, it's right here. Samsonite. I was way off. I knew it started with an S, though.
Knew it started with an S, though. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Wrong Answers Only. This is kind of more of the same, but we're going to try to be a bit more interactive. So the inspiration behind this show is I feel like a lot of the times I'm always changing my answer or, new data is presented and I feel like I have a take that's way an outlier now. So it's like before I was with the rest of the group, now I feel way different. And I'm sure there's a lot of us that feel that way. And so, I started thinking about ways that we can talk about these, hot takes when it comes to movies, TV, video games, 1-6 figures. So today we're going to be focused all on 1-6 figures. But yeah, in the future, we might do some ranking of, another one is the Christopher Nolan films, kind of ranking those. So we'll see how this plays out. But for every figure that we talk about, we're going to put a survey up or whatever they call it in the chat. And so we're going to have you vote and we're going to determine the definitive wrong answer here. So join me today. We got a beautiful cast here. First up, Eddie Money Mendez. Eddie, how you doing?
Yo, what's up? You kind of scared me when you said more interactive because I'm like, dude, it's like fucking 7:30 in the morning. He wants us to be more. But I got I got Ben's Let's Get Nuts juice right here. So
Holy cow. Just starting the morning with the energy drink. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. And next up, we've got Shane, 1-6 figure focus. Shane, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I've had 2 coffees, and there was a time when I said I wouldn't put the stuff in my body, and now I fear that Austin Nicholas has exposed me to something in Star Wars Celebration that I'm borderline addicted to.
That was supposed to be between the two of you that he exposed you to something in Celebration, but yeah, I can't do the energy drinks, honestly. Like they make me jittery compared to a cup of coffee. It's just a whole nother level. So
yeah, that's what you want on this stream. You want to be energy. You don't want to be like, this figure is really good. Or you want to be like, this is the best thing since sliced bread. Yeah.
That's what we need right there. That's the energy we need today. So Shane, thanks for joining, brother. And last and certainly least, we've got my brother, Jose Hernandez. Jose, how you doing?
Pretty good. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can. There's a little bit of a delay, but we're all good. Well, now I'm hearing myself as well. So Jose, just make sure that that your headphones are connected and that you've got everything selected in there. But thanks for joining today, brother. And should be a good time. Joao saying that I'm lagging again. So wow, okay. So if anyone is seeing me lagging still, let me know. So we've had all types of technical difficulties, but we're just gonna rock with it. So
he was talking about the fact that you're late, Marco. That's what he's talking about. Guarantee it.
I hope so. So let's check in with the chat, and then we're going to get to some figure talk. We got Tukathri in the house. Sup, gentlemen. Hey, Tuk, thank you for joining. We got Tyria in the house. The Angry Soups is so sexy. That Angry Soups is, oof. I got a lot of feelings on that. So excited to hear everyone else's feelings as well. We got some guy, Sup, my favorite peoples. Some guy, thank you for joining. We got Payton23. Hello, fellow collectors. Payton, thanks for joining. Let's see. We got Yomo in the house. Yomo, thank you for joining. We got, deep breath here, a live stream ain't a live stream without King Dingaling. We got King Dingaling in the house. Thanks for being in here. We got Renz Tolentino in the house. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Renz, thank you for being in here. Some guy in the house. We got 1-6 figure focus. Let's see. We got the talented Renz Tolentino. Good morning. Hey, Renz, thank you for joining. We got Profi in the house. Morning, y'all. Profi, thanks for being in here. We got AJ Agrusa in the house. Hi, friends. Hope all is well. Hey, AJ, thank you for joining. Let's see. We got Gigi in the house. How many segments does a person need? I don't know if she means shows or segments, but an infinite number, Gigi. I've always got all these ideas just kicking around in my brain. So, like a hat with the light. What's that from, Eddie? Come on, you know this one. We got Thule in the... He's like,
It's
it's too early.
I haven't had the
Jack-
Let's Get Nuts yet.
Jack Black in Orange County. He's got all these ideas just burning through my skull, man. We got Thule in the house. Good morning, everyone. Thule, thanks for joining. Let's see, who else do we have in the house? We got Big Bretta, hopefully who will be on the show. He's been doing a bit of drinking from what I hear. So excited to see a tipsy Bretta in the house. We got Action Figure Academy, Lurkin. Hey, thank you for being in here. We got Money Mendez in the house, all the segments, that's right. Let's see, we got Ricardo Dinero. Good morning, gentlemen. Wow. The money person. All right, love to see it. Joao still saying I'm lagging, so yeah, let me know if I'm still lagging here. We got Joanava in the house. Good morning, Joanava. Thank you for being in here.
Maybe it's his drinking.
Yeah, right. Yeah, or he's fucking with me. But let's see. We got Calvin, the low key collector, in the house. Hey, Calvin, what's going on? Hey, if you want to join, send the link. Jump on in. Let's see who else we got in here. We got Brian Fontaine, the legend. Top of the morning, everyone. Brian, thanks for joining. 6-scale scavengers are back. We've got 16D's Nuts. Sideshow finally put up some pre-orders. Oh, really? Okay. All right. I may have missed that. So you'll have to let us know. This is an interactive back and forth. So Joao saying Jose turned black. So maybe he saw Jose lagging and that's what he was thrown off by. But we got Cuervo in the house. Yo, Marco. Cuervo, thanks for joining. Let's see. We got a packed house today. Who else do we have in here? Cuervo saying, damn, so fucking early, going back to bed. Oof, yeah, it's an early one, but got a few meetings this afternoon, so gotta get it done early. Red Wolf in the house. Morning all. Checking in from Monterey. Oh, I didn't realize you were in Monterey. That's amazing. All right, not too far from us. That's incredible. Thanks for joining, Red Wolf. Lane Kramer, I see the Markomania running wild with the Eddie man, Lucky Hellboy owner man, and of course representation from the Big Isles on the other side of the Atlantic. Wow, Shane. That was poetic. Thanks for joining. Let's see if we got anyone else in the house. We got Tremble Dust in the house, ready to bring the smack talk. Love to see it. Tremble Dust, thank you for joining. And last but not least, Thule saying smash that like button. Yes, thank you for everyone for joining. If you wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we're going to ask you to do a lot more today in terms of interactive show. So with that, I'm going to start with everyone is pretty much Jokered out, but I will say we got a few additional looks of the Joker. So I think that there's 2 different shows going on. Again, chat, remind me if, or correct me if I'm wrong here, but we've got HKACG that's going on, and Hot Toys is there. So it's a comic convention in Hong Kong. And so Hot Toys has their beautiful display there. At the same time, InArt is at, I believe it's called China Joy. So another convention in China, and they've got all their prototypes on display. So let me pull this up and we'll get going. And Shane, I just want to ask you, are you sick and tired of talking about the Joker yet?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Like you're never gonna convince anyone that your one is better than theirs. You know what I mean? Right. And I don't have the energy to do that. Like we all have the Rooted 2-pack. I've seen you all. I've seen Eddie talk about it in Collecting Weekly. I've seen you talk, but we spoke about it. I spoke about it. And we just kind of going, this one looks good, but I think the Rooted is better. But you're never gonna convince anyone to change their mind. It's like an atheist talking to a diehard Christian fundamentalist. They're both gonna stick to their guns, and no one's gonna be for right or wrong. You know what I mean?
It's true.
So
true.
Yeah. Love the movie, but now I'm getting a bit
yeah, absolutely. No, I completely understand. And so Brian Fontaine is saying Symbiote Spider-Man is up. Okay. After the stream, I will be rushing over to get my pre-order in. Return of the Dopo, perhaps? So, normally I wouldn't order through Sideshow, but because they've got that exclusive, Symbiote Spider-Man head, I have to do it. So obviously you can still get it overseas, but I think I'm going to go with Sideshow on this one. Thanks for the heads up, Brian. We also got Ryan Smith in the house. So here's what I want to talk about, Shane and Eddie. Obviously, we're not going to convince anybody. But have you convinced yourself, after seeing some additional pictures, are you a little more convinced that you may need one more Joker? Now, Eddie, I'm going to start with you. I know you're in the process of maybe selling your InArt Jokers, but are you convinced that you may want to add, and this could apply to either the rooted, which is going to be terribly tough to get, or a sculpted version, which is going to be a wider release?
I'm not gonna add it because I think the InArt is gonna be better once this comes out. So I wouldn't like sell mine just to get a lesser version of it. And that's, I don't know. I just don't trust Hot Toys to do as good. Like that one's, to me, that one's perfect. Like I don't have any issues with it. I know some people don't like the magnets and stuff, but for me, it's perfect. I think it's the perfect Joker. So I don't think we need anything else. And then as far as the Hot Toys one, there are a couple things I like about it. Like it does come with some accessories that the InArt doesn't come with. I like the base that it comes with. It looks cool. Originally, I thought that it looked super bulky in the promo pics that they put up. But actually seeing these pictures of it, like displayed out there in person, it looks like a better body. Like it looks like he might have the hunch, and like it's a little more slim. So it actually looks pretty good. So I think people will be fine with it. I think it'll look great. I think it'll be very minimal differences, and it'll be more like subjective by what people see that it'll separate the two in person. But yeah, if you already have it, the only reason I would say to get this is because like everybody's saying, to get the rooted 2-pack, you have to pay $1,000. You can get this for half the price and get the rooted. So that's cool. So I could see either way why people would want this or the InArt one. So I don't really think there is a better like option. I think it's whatever works for you at this time, I guess.
Really well said. And so like I mentioned, this is going to be a bit more interactive. I put up a poll in the chat, and so we're going to figure out what the definitive wrong answer is, but there's 4 options really. I'm going to get a Hot Toys, or I'm going to try to get a Hot Toys rooted version of the Joker. I'm going to get a sculpted version of the Hot Toys Joker. No thanks, I've already got the InArt, and no Joker at all. So let's see where the chat lines up. But Shane, I know you're kind of sick of this, but where are you feeling after seeing some more pictures on display? Are you convinced that you might need one more Joker?
No. I'll keep this short. Everything Eddie said, I agree with. I'll add on one other thing. When the InArt rooted 2-pack and the single sculpted went up for pre-order, John, how are you? We did the same thing, myself and you, Marco. I think we both convinced each other it was a good idea. And we ordered the rooted 2-pack and a single sculpted because you, like me, we had never had a rooted hair figure. We had also judged rooted hair on Hot Toys, which were doing nylon, which is not real rooted hair. The real rooted hair at the time would be the custom jobs. So we wanted to cover all bases. My logic was that, okay, as much as InArt were associated with Queen, I don't know if they can actually deliver on this. Now, they did, and I got that in hand, and I still had that sculpted. But by the time I got the rooted in hand and it was good, I was like, I don't need the sculpted now. And I'd ordered through Toys Buying Agent, who had an issue with their supplier, emailed everyone, said, we can't deliver, refunded everyone, gave them the option to either refund, store credit, and they give you some loyalty codes as well, which I thought was really well handled, situation out of control. So for me, it was like, well, this is perfect because the rooted turned out good. I don't need the sculpted, and all I was going to do is sell it then. You know what I mean? So no, I'm happy with what I have.
Wow. A man of conviction for sure. And yeah, that's really, it's tough to be disciplined and be like, I'm good with what I've got, right? That's such a tough thing to implement. And
we spoke about this before. Like, I think Lael is getting sick of me being on Collector's Lounge because he's going to me and going, I know you're not going to get this, but are you going to get this? So Clone Wars, I don't collect. Sequels, I don't collect. I just rule out lines because it makes life easier.
Yeah.
But we know, and you know what I'm going to say, The Dark Knight, my default answer is, I'm going to look at it, I'm going to be interested, and then I'll make my decision.
Yeah. And so this is the tough part, Shane. So I saw Oppenheimer, feeling that Nolan hype. I hadn't felt this way about a film because I saw it in IMAX 7mm. It was like, this is cinema, right? Like I had flashbacks to when I saw The Dark Knight in IMAX, and I was like, okay, now this is a movie. Like I had given up hope that I would feel that way again. Like that sounds so dramatic, that I would feel that way again about a film. But everything about it was so beautiful. that it kind of got me on this Nolan kick. I was going back looking through my 4K Blu-rays, like I got to watch more of his films again. And then I watched this featurette on Warner Brothers that they posted about a year ago. That's kind of behind the scenes of the Dark Knight trilogy. And it got me so hyped. And I was just thinking about, man, I just really do love this Joker character, where I could justify that I added 3 InArt versions. And now my eye was kind of wandering to this Hot Toys version. Not the rooted though. I don't think I want to go through the pain of trying to get this rooted. But the sculpted looks pretty damn good. I love that they've got the teeth showing. And so now I find myself contemplating, like, yes, I wanted them to do a different version of the Joker, but now I'm feeling like I might want to just add one more, because I feel like it's different enough. Now, Gigi will say differently, but I feel like it's different enough for me to justify.
That's one of the things I forgot to mention that we talked about.
I want to slap him. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Slap me, huh?
Cop yourself on, Marco. Cop yourself on. You're out of control.
Yourself, boy.
Yeah, I can't. Can you give me a call like when you're having your car boot sale? Because I'll be there.
Wow. The tongue thing is cool. I like that the tongue sticks. I think that's cool because that's different than the InArt one.
Yeah.
Another difference, and I'm just interested to see how that works, because everybody's just saying it was a magnetized tongue that you stick in the. Or
so I think they showed it here. Yeah, so I think it's swap out. So they've got a slot in the back where you can kind of push through the tongue or push through the teeth. And so I don't think it's magnetized, but it's just kind of like friction fit. So it'd be an interesting way for this to work. But I'm going to leave the poll open for just a bit more while I address a few questions. Shane, were you going to say one more thing besides you wanted to slap me?
Dude, right. All of us are going to reach a point where we're running out of space, or we will run out of space. You'll never run out of money. If you don't lose your job, you're only 2 weeks away from a paycheck and a little bit of discretionary income. So space is probably more of a governing factor and a limiting factor on your collection than money is. Remember that movie where the guy Brandon played Superman? Remember, it was Superman Returns or something?
Yeah.
I watched it once in the cinema. I remember nothing of it. I remember one bit, though. It was Kevin Spacey playing Lex Luthor. Right? Yeah, like Kevin Spacey was playing Lex Luthor, and he said something like, land. It's the only thing they're not making anymore. Like, it's the only thing that stands out. And that's when I think about collecting space. You have limited space. You'll be two weeks to a month away from another paycheck, but you do not need this, Marco. You've got the 2-pack, which is alt, but you've got the sculpt. You do not need this, right? Yeah. It's your collection. Do what you want, but I'm telling you, what happens when someone rocks out with a decent nurse Joker or a bank robber Joker or Cillian Murphy Scarecrow? Tell you.
No, you're right. There's always trade-offs, right? You could afford anything, but you can't afford everything. One of my favorite podcasts. And so, yeah, if I add this Joker, that means I'm likely not adding another character that could be, look nice in the collection. That's not my 4th Joker. So you're not wrong, but I'm still feeling a bit crazy. Let me check in with the chat, and then I'm going to close the poll, and we'll determine the definitive wrong answer. And then we'll bring Jose back in here, because I know he's been waiting patiently to jump back into the fray. So the movie canon is saying, hey guys, I'm waiting to pre-order the sculpted Joker since I wasn't collecting Hot Toys when it was released before. InArt is better looking, but I can't justify spending over $1,000. That's just me. Totally understand that. And I will say, the sculpted version of InArt is probably still out there somewhere. And I think that the prices are going to be pretty comparable once you factor in shipping and tax. So, definitely weigh the two options, and whatever works best for you is, there's no wrong answer. Although there is a definitive wrong answer here. So let's see. Brian Fontaine is saying, you guys are convincing me that a midday stream could work. We always stuck to evenings at 6 scale scavengers. I really like this time zone because obviously Shane is a little more available. Joao, we can, kind of marry the West Coast and the, overseas, as we like to say, time zones. So it seems like normally a good time for us. But yeah, I hope you guys try it out.
I'm just curious, Mark, sorry, I keep cutting you off, but when you look at the globe, Americans, do you just see America and then everything else is labeled overseas? Is that pretty much it?
That would be ignorant. We just see California and then everything else.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Well played.
Yeah. No, that's the ongoing joke with Joao, that everything else outside of America is just overseas. Yeah, those overseas chaps over there. So, But yeah, no, Brian, I hope that you do, do a special edition and do a midday stream. That'd be incredible. 160's Nuts is saying, I got the rooted 2-pack. Might try to grab the sculpted. Wish Hot Toys did the laughing face. Yeah, that was my biggest gripe. It's like, do something a lot more different than what InArt gave us. Maybe it's a licensing thing, though. Maybe Warner Brothers wanted them to do this more definitive version of Heath Ledger. Maybe that's all that they're going to license going forward. But it would have been nice to just... Go ahead, Eddie.
I wouldn't have mind seeing a bank robber Joker. I know everybody wants the nurse, which is cool, but I would have loved to have seen them do like a higher end bank robber, because I missed that a long time ago.
That's what I wanted.
That's definitely what I would have got if it came out.
Yeah, that would be a no-brainer for me. If they did a really like a beautifully tailored with rooted or sculpted hair, I would have been all in for bank robber. So this one is giving me a bit more to think about. But Shane's going to slap me if I get it. So go ahead, Shane.
Oh no, I was just waving at Evil Sneaker.
Oh, yeah. Got it. All right. Evil Sneaker in the house. What's going on, Evil Sneaker? We got to get you on either Bargain Bin Bros or Wrong Answers Only. So let's see. We've got El Profi saying, test it out. Yeah, they got to test it out. Baby Boy in the house came in late and I missed the premise of the show. Can anyone give me in the chat, give me a quick summary? So basically it's a bit more interactive. We got to pull up Baby Boy. So I know you're not into the 1/6 collecting just yet, but just select no jokers. And at the end of all this, we're going to tally it up and we're going to determine the definitive wrong answer from everyone in the chat. So I'll be closing the poll here once I get through all this, all the chat. Does anyone know when the pre-order for Anakin is going to go live? I don't think they've announced yet, but if anyone in the chat knows, let us know. But I think that you could just RSVP for it on Sideshow. And then there's obviously folks that are waiting in Hong Kong for this. And I think they've only got like 70 a day or some like insane low amount. So I did see a video of folks already pushing and shoving and they having to get like security guards to get folks settled down. So pretty insane right now. They're causing a lot of FOMO. Trevor saying you could pick up the DX11 for pretty cheap for all the accessories you need for the InArt version. That is a good point. You know, the table, the chair, they've got the pencil. I think it comes with a shotgun as well. So
has a lamp, doesn't it?
I don't know about the lamp. I wish Ben was here so he could.
Maybe I saw someone else who made the lamp or something.
I think it does actually. I think it does.
Are these I think I heard someone say, are these Artisan series limited? Like
they are.
Yeah, the Joker's 4,000 and Anakin is 3,000.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And I think Sideshow, we don't know the exact amount they're going to get, but you would assume maybe somewhere in the 1,000 range. So they're going to be pretty tough to get. Pretty tough. So I don't think it's worth all the drama for this rooted Joker. I've got my rooted Jokers, but another sculpted. Gigi is in here saying no. Absolutely not. Or absolutely no, yeah. Cuervo saying good luck, Marco. Yeah, it's going to be a tough... Yeah, that's right. That's what she... Action Figure Academy saying that's what she said. Yeah, I'm getting the no from here. Cuervo saying, put a poll asking if you should get more Jokers. Yeah. So let's see. On the poll, we're going to end it right here in just a second. Let me just get through this. Gigi saying, sometimes I think he says things just to piss me off. So Gigi just finished the bar, let's see, the day before last. So she's, on that come down right now. Let's see. All right. So we got a lot in the chat here. So I'm just going to end the poll now and then we will determine the definitive wrong answer. So let's see. Boom. We've got that. All right. So here are the results of the poll. Are you getting a Hot Toys Joker? No, I have the InArt version, 52%. No Jokers for me, coming in at 26%. I'm getting the rooted version at 10%, so that's actually a lot more than I thought. And then sculpted at 10%. So it is a tie for the wrong answer that folks are going to go and try to get the sculpted or rooted Joker from Hot Toys. So a smaller percentage than I thought. And I'm not shocked, right? Because a lot of folks that are in the community would have probably already had their Joker. So this feels like it's more catering towards this insane people like myself that would want to add one more, and those that may have missed out on the Joker offerings from InArt. You could still get them, honestly, though. So if you really want a Joker, you've got a lot of options. Jose, let's try you one more time. How you doing?
Good. Can you hear me?
Oh no, your audio's all your audio's rough. Try
You're a
try
robot.
one more time. Restart the computer and we'll bring it back in.
He was in a Matrix, man.
He was, I know. My God. All right. Let's see. Toy Cartel is asking, when do you think it will show up on Sideshow, Anakin and Joker? I will just say, sign up for the RSVPs, but don't rely on their emails to come through. I would say, make sure that you're really active in the Facebook groups, be it Collecting Weeklies group or any of the various 6-scale scavengers, 1/6 Republic, and folks will start posting that link. So there should be an announcement of when it'll be up, and just keep an eye out for that link to come up. And that'll be the way to do it. Really quickly, want to highlight this super chat from Cuervo, $4.99 super chat for your Joker fund. Also, next time, start later, please. Hashtag Cali time. Cuervo, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate you. I will do an announcement on what we're doing with the super chats. I think I mentioned on the first stream at the end of the year, we're going to do something a little. I think Gigi has secured the funds, so she's tapped into those, and she wants to do something a little more exciting than adding my next Joker. So really appreciate you, brother. That is awesome. Mario saying, damn, Jose's on that TJ internet. Incredible. AJ is saying the Matrix is attacking. Yeah. Just been plenty of technical difficulties as of late. Joao, how you doing?
Everything's fine. Sorry for being a bit late, but everything's good. Where is Cuervo?
No Cuervo today. I think he's on his way to the office, but Jose Hernandez is in and out right now, trying to get him dialed in with his internet stuff.
Jose. Jesus
Jose, wow,
Christ.
that was extra racial. Wow.
Sorry.
In his defense, he's had several drinks. Give him a break.
That's right.
That's
right.
But
I got your
even
back,
you have
Joel.
several drinks. Even you have several drinks. When you reach 40, you have your first drink and you start thinking, "Oh, yeah, this is going to be an amazing night." On your second drink, you feel sleepy. Jesus, I want to. It's basically
Yeah,
right.
you're not wrong.
That's
You have
right.
to push through to the 5
No,
and 6.
there's no
drinks.
push through. No push through.
The trick is not to sit down. Like if I'm at a
I
pub
was
and I'm
sitting
standing
the
up,
whole time.
I'm good.
For
Okay,
me,
what you are
when I
talking
start,
here?
no, we're still talking about drinking. For me, when I start feeling a little bit woozy, I'll get up and go to the bathroom, splash some cold water on my face, look at myself in the mirror, be like, "You're good," and then come back and we're good to go.
Do you
Profi
know what's
is
good
saying,
for that?
"Yeah, go ahead."
Sorry. An espresso martini.
Yeah, Shane, that's been my go-to as of
Espresso
late.
martini.
Yeah.
What's that? I don't know what's that. What's that espresso?
It's a cocktail with espresso and there's vodka in it, I think, and there's some sort of other liqueur as well. I can't remember, amaretto or something.
Might be like Kahlua or something to cut the
something
the
like
coffee.
that.
but-
Yeah, but
yeah.
they're rock a few. They're nice.
And they normally put the espresso beans on top, so you take a few of those, you have
So-
that, and you're good
So
to go.
let me think. Tonight I had 2 shots of tequila, 2 Coronas, 2 margaritas. That was that.
Wow.
Not bad.
Not all vodka for once. That's incredible.
I just want to sleep. But no, but I
time is it
mean,
now?
is here now is 11, just 11:10. No, but it's like when you are. For me, it's like if I'm eating and drinking, I don't. It's difficult to get drunk or something like that. So I was always eating and something like this.
I was gonna say
and,
you had a big ass plate of Mexican food, so it's tough to balance that.
Oh, I ate a lot really. I feel so Mexican now.
You're the most Mexican of us all for sure. So speaking of which, Profi is saying, "Whoa, early LWO. Well, come on in, and we'll make it. We'll just stream until it's time to jump on LWO. We'll keep it going." So, let's see. AJ was saying, "Bretta's here."
Hey Jay, how are you?
Yeah, Profi is saying, "Damn, Joao, all those Jose's don't look alike." I know. Well,
I know. I have a cousin.
there we go. Jazzy saying, "I'll be buying all artisan versions to scalp." Yeah, that's one tactic. Honestly, you could fund the rest of the collection if you manage to get one of your hands on one of those. So I know people will say, that these aftermarket prices, but this is part of the game that we open ourselves up to when we're going to make them this limited. there's going to be more and more of that going on. So buckle up. Cuervo saying espresso martini at lunch comes in clutch. And last one here, DML. Have the sculpted InArt and DX11 posing with laughing head. Wasn't going to get this one, but it's growing on me. Definitely getting the sculpted version. See, I'm not the only one that's crazy. It's just I'm disappointed with what Hot Toys did in terms of the version, but what they made is interesting. It's intriguing. So let's move on to talk about some InArt. So Joao, correct us if just give us some background here. So Hot Toys is at HKACG, and InArt is it China Joy? Is that the name of the convention?
Yeah, China Joy. But
Okay.
why you guys always need to say HKACG? You just say, if you say Anycom Hong Kong, it's easier.
Anycom Hong Kong. Okay, see, I'm a casual. I don't know these things. That's why we got you here. So all right. So Shane, I'm gonna start with you because I know you're not a fan of the what do they call it? The Snyderverse, but you got to admit this Superman's looking pretty good. So I'm going to start a poll in the chat here, but what are your thoughts on the Superman?
Yeah, I actually recorded 2 videos earlier on today that I haven't posted, and one of them was about the InArt showcase, and one of them was about the Hot Toys showcase. But look, when I think of Superman, I think of Henry Cavill. I wanted a Henry Cavill Superman, so I got the Justice League. I wanted to pose it next to something, so I got the Battle Damaged Armor Batman. Not that I'm a DCEU fan, but more so that I'm a Dark Knight Returns fan, the comic book, the animated series. And I thought when the boys eventually fought, I thought it was quite well done right up to Martha. But now I'm posing a Justice League with a BVS, you know what I mean? And I think this looks pretty good. And this particular sculpt, it's hard to say this particular sculpt looks good because it looks a bit funny because he's so angry. When I saw the boots, I was excited. When I saw the little video, I thought there was something up with that head sculpt. I wasn't convinced. But what I said was, the first time we saw Aragorn, he didn't look great. And then the prototype images, broke the internet. From what I'm seeing about this Henry Cavill Superman, particularly the neutral sculpt, looks very well. I think the head sculpt is actually quite good. A lot better than that video they showed. I do think it's superior to the Justice League one I have. I don't have the BVS, so I can't compare that. The proportions seem a bit more naturally. I know he's jacked, but just looking at the Justice League one above me, the arms, the biceps, and the quads are particularly oversized. So much to the point where you can't put the hands down by the side, the arms down by the side. So this here, I think this looks great. I think I'd probably pose it with the neutral sculpt. And I'm wondering if they're going to give us the rooted and sculpted options. Because I think this is sculpted. The proportions look good. The sculpt looks good. It's nice that they've given us that dynamic cape. So this is one that I'll keep an eye on. I'm looking forward to seeing the official prototype images for when it goes up for pre-order. And that's when I'll make my decision. Because we still don't know if it's going to be a sculpted and rooted option, if it's going to come with a Clark Kent, if it will just be this on its own with the two. We don't know what type of base they're going to give us. It's the first figure that really should be posed levitating. I know Batman is there, but it doesn't necessarily have to be posed. He wouldn't levitate. They might fly or glide, but I'm looking forward to all of that. So I'll wait and I'll see. But this is definitely... I was worried when I saw that video. The one that was just the sculpt. He looked a bit wonky. He
did. His eyes were
off. He had a
off.
diamond head. Something to do with the eyes. The expression was funny. This looks very, very good. It's I think Eddie summed it up during the week on Collecting Weekly. I think it was Eddie. He said when he saw that sculpt, correct me if I'm wrong, it was the first time you saw an InArt prototype and you're like, no, that's not it. And I completely agree in that.
Specifically the images they put out, right? Because I know you made the verification on the Aragorn before.
Yeah, exactly. The proper images. So, yeah, look, I'm excited about this one. I'm just gonna keep, as you would say, I want more data. I want the official images to go up. I want to know what you get, and I want to know what the price is. And if it's good, I will consider selling the Justice League and picking this one up, because then I've got the BVS with the BVS. Just makes more sense, and I wouldn't be able to afford to keep two of them, to be honest.
Fair enough. Yeah. So Joao, how about you? What are you feeling about this prototype that we're seeing here?
Actually, I all the photos I saw today, even the ones that were shared with me, I think the way they chose to display these figures, I don't like much the lighting, the backlight that gives to the figures, because look at this, it's horrible. They choose that metal, or what the thing is.
It's very harsh, right?
It's a T1000 tease. Everyone knows that. It's coming.
Exactly.
We all know.
It's like that mercurium, or what kind of thing is that, and doesn't help a lot for photos, because people that were there, that was saying that it was extremely difficult to take good photos of the figures because of the lighting. But to be very honest with you, this is a figure that I'm not interested at all. I prefer the angry head sculpt than the normal one at this moment. But with that being said, I don't want to mix and match, because if you have Wonder Woman from Hot Toys, because then the height will be different. Everything will. I don't think they fit very well. After a few time, I'm really not sure if the InArt Joker really fits well with the DX19. After so many people talking about this, I always thought it fitted well, but until now it looks okay. But,
So now you got to go get the Hot Toys version, right?
I'm not getting the Hot Toys version. But
That's the correct answer.
But I know you guys already talk about Joker, and let me tell you that I don't know if I'm sure you guys saw the video with our Chen talking about Joker.
Yeah.
You guys saw it, right?
We did.
In that
I've got a screen grab
video,
of
the
that.
Joker looks way better than the prototype.
So this is
Photos.
Yeah,
Here
so this
it
is a screen
looks-
grab. So this is the DX11, right, versus the this new Hot Toys.
Here it looks way better than the prototypes, and he explained that the technology changed and the bodies changed, the size changed, everything changed, and now the question is, does the new Joker fit with the DX19? Who knows? I think no, probably not. We need a new
Probably
Dark Knight.
probably the new one that's coming with the Armory. That's the one you got to get now.
Because in this photo here, the DX11 looks like it's hiding Princess Leia under its coat. Princess Leia.
The Inspector Gadget. Oh man.
Now,
that's awesome.
if you ask me, did they take any hints or any tips from the InArt Joker? Of course, it's obvious. It's obvious that they take something from there, but it's not a fault. The poses they do is the same poses that InArt did. They just want to show, and they want to step down and show that they still the number one here, and then it's fine. Competition for me is always good. I love this Joker, but I cannot justify paying like 400, or I don't know how much it is. 400, I even don't know. I even don't know, but something like that for
Absolutely, but
other
let's-
Joker if I already have two.
Of course.
But
of
I don't want
course.
Superman. You can pass to other one. I don't care about this.
All right, so Eddie, before I close the poll and check in with the chat here, how are you feeling about the Superman? I know you're a Superman guy.
I'll steal Shane's from the last one. I agree with everything Shane said. So
And by the way, this is the Hot Toys on the right. This is the InArt prototype on the left.
yeah, I really love the angry portrait, and like I was worried about the original too, and I feel like these pictures it looks a lot better. I like everything about it. I like the proportions. Everybody keeps saying the symbol looks small. Yeah, it's small, but it doesn't bug me.
Yeah,
It doesn't
looks
stand
small.
out.
The symbol looks small.
So I'm interested now. So, I want to see the pre-order go up. I want to see everything he comes with. If the heat vision sculpt lights up, that would be sick. But yeah, I'm pretty interested in it. I think it looks good now. Or it looks better. And I
like
hope
the
they
angry
continue to work
portrait
on
on-
it too.
I don't like the calm one. Don't know why. Maybe it's the
You don't like the
lighting.
yeah, it's
I don't
it's
know.
it's a little flat looking for sure. It still needs some
We-
work, but
We
Mhm.
still
Go
haven't
ahead,
seen
Eddie.
the rooted one, right? Is the rooted
No.
one on display there? Or
this
it
is all
the
that they've
sculpted?
shown us so far.
Oh.
I wonder, will they? Because
But,
that's the kind
sorry,
of point I was making earlier on.
Let me just ask you one thing. You are checking photos from where?
These were provided. That's a good question. I don't know. I think that you sent these, or we got them online somewhere.
I think the best way is for you to go directly to InArt page because they post the
Yeah.
official photos there.
So
And I
when I was
think
prepping
they
for
are-
the show, they didn't have the official images up yet. They just had folks in the community that had shared. So if you
If you have
have the
time,
link,
just
if you wouldn't mind.
No, it's on LWO group. I gave to Piroc just
Jesus,
a
now
few
I'm
minutes
going to
ago.
a whole. Now we got to go to my mobile. Okay, we'll get it.
So you want me
cracking,
to send to where? You want me to share here?
but just share there on your screen, and I'll pull it up if you don't mind.
Ah, okay.
But let me
Jesus
check in with the
Christ.
chat really quick before we close the poll, and we'll have a few more images to show. So, let's see. Renz is asking about, did InArt show the rooted Henry Cavill? I don't believe so. So I haven't seen those pictures. We'll see what Joao has to share here. Let's see. Cuervo saying agreed, Joao. Hard to see what's going on. Too cluttered. Someone needs to do a better set design. Yeah, I appreciate what they were doing, but it was a bit
That was that same design that came with the InArt.
in the jar, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so Pennywise. So if you wouldn't mind just going to the Superman versions, and we'll go there. InArt Angry Portrait is great, says John the Everyday Collector. Yomo saying the suit material and proportions look great. Yeah, I think that they probably need to make them a bit bulkier, but overall I think it looks pretty dang good.
Look at this.
Let's
Perfection.
see. The Empire Strikes. I'll take your Justice League soups, Shane. All right, there you go.
I was just typing. DM me.
There you
If you want it, we can talk.
There we go. Let's see. Lancelot's Nerd Corner in the house. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good week. Hey, thank you for joining. Let's see. John is saying, this needs a sound clip that says Martha. Yeah, that would have been perfect. Let's see. So Joao, I'm seeing every figure but the Superman that I asked for. So if you wouldn't mind just getting straight to the
Here he is.
160s nuts. There we go. Thank you. Oh, that's a much better look right here. 16 these nuts. InArt just dropped a bunch of the photos. Oh, thank you for that. That's what we've got here. Profi, aren't these Nick's photos? Yeah, I'm not quite sure who they came from. I saw them on Reddit. I think they had Jose.
Nick Balls.
No, okay, got it. Let's see. And we got Collector Joey in the house as well. Hello, everyone. Hey, Collector Joey. Thank you for joining. So 54 in the chat right now. I'm going to end this poll, and let's determine the definitive wrong answer here. So for the InArt Superman, and obviously we're just looking at the prototype here, but the wrong answer is, oh my, where are my results? Jesus. Okay, here we go. 39% are saying they're going after the sculpted version. So I think that's where I'm likely going to land, honestly. 28% saying they're going for the rooted. 21% are saying no thank you, I've got the Hot Toys. And the definitive wrong answer here at 10%, this is not the Superman for me. So it seems like for the most part people either have a Hot Toys version or are going after one of these InArt. So I think this is going to end up being a popular figure, even though it's from a really weird choice of a franchise, right? BVS, not the most beloved film, so really curious. But any additional thoughts on this Superman before we move on to another figure?
Marco, sorry, I zoned out there for a second. These two, you got the neutral sculpt and you got the angry sculpt. It's both sculpted hair, is it?
I don't think they've shown us a rooted yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're all
So
sculpted.
we don't know if we're actually going to get a rooted.
This is all
Yes.
sculpted.
We
But
don't
that's
know
sculpted,
for
isn't it?
sure. We don't know for sure. You're 100% right. They haven't said, and we haven't seen a prototype. I'm just going to assume, based on their previous offerings, that we will get a rooted version, but perhaps they've determined this character's too tough to do a rooted sculpt.
It's very short, tidy hair, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But this
I think
looks
with hair
good. Like,
that short, yeah, it looks really good. And there, I feel that sculpted hair is something that Hot Toys has the edge and does better in art, from what I've seen so far, which obviously is limited prototypes from InArt. But yeah, like this looks pretty good.
yeah, damn. The more that I see of this, the more convinced I am that I'm going to need another one. And so we're in Joker territory as well. Shane, you're going to slap me, and Joao might as well. I've got the black suit from the Snyder Justice League cut. I've got this what is it? Whedon Justice League Superman, just like you, and I've got a BVS Superman. So this would be my fourth Superman. So this is treading on very dangerous territory.
And
You
you'll get
need a
Reeves
full
as well.
of
If
love
they do
for a
Reeves.
figure only. Jesus,
But
he's the
but
same
both of-
character.
It's the same character, but both of them fall in that category where I really love that character, and love the actor. So I don't know. I can justify it, but maybe it's just insane collector brain. Lancelot's Nerd Corner saying, I think they went with BVS so they can also make the highly requested BVS Batman. That's what I'm assuming as well, and that excites me even more. So
John pretty much said that. He pretty much said they're going to do the Trinity BVS.
yeah. Initially he had said mix and match, but I think he's come around on that, and it makes a lot of sense. 16D's Nuts is saying, this may be where we find the limit of mass-produced rooted hair. If they only do sculpted, it will be informative of future releases. Yeah, maybe they've just determined like certain ones are just not going to be worth it to try to do the rooting. To keep the hair this tight would be a pain in the ass, no doubt about it. So, what we're
I
going
don't
to say?
think you need rooted for this one. I don't think it's necessary. But I was never a rooted fan, and then I got the InArt, and I really love it. So like the extra realism I would like, but it's fine just sculpting.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's going to try to imitate what they're going for here with the rooted, or excuse me, with the sculpted. So, yeah, it might not be needed. Cuervo saying, I would slap you, Marco, but I have 12 Iron Men, so who am I to speak? Yeah, it's for the love of the hobby. You go ahead.
The
Chip.
12 Iron Mans are probably different suits. You have 4 purple coat Jokers.
Yeah,
No.
but he's the same dumb bass inside the suit.
Well,
But he's the same one inside the suit.
Now
No,
we're splitting hairs.
different colors.
semantics at this point. Semantics. Let's see. Jazzy is asking, I wonder if this has 2 SKUs or one body with 2 head sculpts. You know, it would be really nice if they had a release that was really defined. Like, okay, this is all that we're doing. It's just the one SKU. It would be really interesting to see what type of feedback they get, because I know folks are complaining about having 4 different versions. So if you just say, this is our definitive version, it could be an interesting test for sure. So, Joao, if you wouldn't mind, can we go to the Gandalf, please? He's going to be like, he's going to leave the stream for all these requests. Yeah. This Gandalf. Okay, so Joao, I'm going to start with you. Obviously, you're getting all of these. How are you feeling about this Gandalf, this next look at the prototype? I'm assuming this is pretty close to the final production. I know John was walking around Comic-Con with a version of this Gandalf. I didn't get to see it in person, but I heard positive things.
He was walking with a Gandalf in hand.
He literally had the box with the Gandalf in hand, I think, showing potential license holders.
Yeah, it's a bit sad to listen, but
So what do you think of this one?
I think it looks really good. But as Mario, because Mario had the chance to see it, I don't know if Eddie also had the chance to see it closer.
I
but
wish.
it seems
I
that
wish I did.
I still think the beard is not long enough. It's still too short. It needs to be longer for Gandalf the Grey. But if this is the production photo, I think it's really close to what they show us in the proposition, in the announcement they did. I think it looks really great. I don't know. These photos also don't show a lot. Basically, they are just. InArt always like to emphasize a lot the hair, the sculpt. But seems the robes and everything. Mario said they look great, and I think this one will come out very soon, and I cannot wait to check it.
Yeah, it seems like it is on its way, and so we're getting a lot of positive feedback from these photos here. So Trevor16 Shooter is saying this looks fantastic. Yeah, I'd have to agree. Let's see, Cuervo saying this looks amazing. Star Cash is saying, "Oh, I see a divorce coming." Yeah, I don't know if for you or for me, but that's we're all on very thin ice. So Eddie, how are you feeling about this Gandalf? Obviously, we didn't get to see it, unfortunately, but these photos look damn good, huh?
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. The only thing that I want to see is how the hat sits on his head. That's the only thing that I'm interested in, or worried about, that the hat will look weird on top of his head, too pointy or whatever. That's kind of hard to make good, I guess, in that scale with the material. But I'm really excited. I have it on pre-order, so, and I'm gonna go all in on these guys, so I'm excited. I think it looks really good. The beard length, I don't know. I guess I don't remember the way everybody does. It looks like fucking like a long beard to me, so I don't know.
Yeah, I know it's a tough one to split hairs on when it comes to the beard because it looks like the character. So, how much longer could you want it? I'm more of a Lord of the Rings casual, so not as picky when it comes to that as someone like Zach, who's, everything down to the pants print he's not happy about. But Shane, how are you feeling about this one? Tempting you in any way, shape, or form?
No. No.
Jesus.
Like my wallet is very, very safe on this. This
Yeah.
Aragorn looks super. Absolutely super. But I'm just kind of, it's just, look, the only reason I'm kind of looking this and interested in because I want to see like, okay, that's another figure. The prototype looks really good, or at this stage the final product looks really good. So that kind of informs my decision towards if you're ordering something like this Superman or whatever. I think this looks fantastic. I haven't seen a better Gandalf in 1/6 scale. I presume there's people out there who've seen better customs. I just like yourself. I'm a fair weather fan when it comes to Lord of the Rings. I don't speak Elvish. I haven't read the book, but I love the actual trilogy itself, and I think this looks great.
And you rewatched the trilogy recently when you were, debating whether you were going to get the Aragorn or not, right? And you determined like, I love
I
these
did.
films, but I'm safe.
Yeah. Director's
Yeah.
cuts and theatrical releases.
All
as
right,
well.
you got all the data you could possibly want there.
Yeah, and still a fantastic trilogy. But no, again, it's just I have to rule out lines. We are so different. We're so alike in a lot of ways, Marco. And we're so different in other ways.
It's great to
You don't
surround
get
your.
any lines, Shane?
Pardon?
Not even you don't get any lines. You just pick and choose one from.
I pick I definitely get multiple figures from IPs or movies, stuff like that. But I am selective and I cherry pick. Best example would be the Mandalorian line is massive.
Yeah.
But the figures I picked from that, I've narrowed it down to the episodes I really, really liked and characters from those episodes. Boba Roba 2-pack, Ahsoka, Mandalorian Luke, obviously a Beskar Mando, and a Cad Bane, which I suppose is Book of Boba Fett. But yeah, just I don't need to complete the lines. I don't need the side characters. There's some side characters I want. It's not just a case that like, oh, it's a side character, I'm not going to get it. There's some figures out there. There's multiple figures out there that I thought I'd take. I'll give you an example. The Captain America, the Sam Wilson cap, I think it's one of the most stunning figures that has been released this year. Head sculpt, suit design, shelf presence, articulated wings. But I just couldn't allow myself to do it. I didn't particularly like the show. You know what I mean? So I pass on a lot of stuff that I like to get the things I love. I pass on a lot of stuff that looks cool because I know that there's other stuff out there that looks cool that I do actually love and have a connection with that I'll basically be shafting myself if I put my funds into the thing that just looks cool.
You don't want to shaft yourself for sure.
Yeah.
But can you see here the beer length?
Damn it!
The difference.
Yeah, you're right. It is very, very long in the film. I don't feel that it's so off though, but I do see that it needs a little more length if it was going to be completely true to the screen. But I don't know. This feels close enough to me personally. So Joao, how are you? So any other thoughts on this InArt Gandalf before we check in with the chat here?
For me, looks amazing. Only if they can. I mean, if they can. It's the beer. They have a lot to do with how you are going to fudge it and everything, because depends then on your preference.
Yeah.
Right. Because here they have it very large, very puffy. But Gandalf in some scenes is more straight. But yeah, I can wait. I can wait for it to be released, and we can all have it in hands and share our thoughts. Now
Hopefully very soon.
Hey Jose, how are you? You are muted.
Look at Jose came through with a whole different setup. He's got a headset now, different lighting. Wow. I'm going to check in with the chat while he gets dialed in here. But let's see. Profi is saying, the product piece I saw didn't have product in the hair or beard. I still think the beard is too short, but I'm still excited for the Gandalf to release. Yeah, okay, well, he knows just about as well.
My fellow veteran, how are you?
160's nuts is saying 100% grabbing the Lord of the Rings line. Looks amazing. Trevor is saying pass. You shall not pass. Yeah, that's what I should have put in here. So I'll be closing the poll here in just a second. Let's see. 160's nuts is saying good to see different textures of the hair and beard, as Asmus always looks the same. Yeah, it's nice to have these options for sure. Profi is saying Aragorn. Shane, what the fuck? Yeah, just I appreciate
Pronunciation. It's just an accent. That's a bit racial.
Yeah, don't ask him to pronounce Thanos.
Hey, Mario. Yeah, it's not as if I'm going around saying Las Vegas.
That's right.
and on the Gandalf, Mario, who knows? Maybe the figure lost a bet. Had to cut out half it.
There we go. Cuervo is saying, Shane, I wish I had your 1/6 figure focus. Nice. A little wink at the camera, I'm sure, if he... let's see. He's saying he's running out of room as well. Ryan Smith in the house saying, I think if you want just one representation from Lord of the Rings, this is a great option. So I'm weird, so I guess I haven't given my thoughts. I kind of pass on this Gandalf. I know that likely they will do a Gandalf the White, so I feel like we'll have a chance to add another Gandalf from InArt in the future. Maybe that's 10 years from now, but I think they'll eventually do it. I went with Aragorn, though. That's going to be my representation until they announce a Legolas. Will I regret passing on this Gandalf? Maybe, but for now, I'm not adding him. I'm trying to stay strong.
So you can have just one from Lord of the Rings? I guess because you watched it recently and you didn't watch it when it came out. When I say I need the line, I need the 9 at least. I don't need like orcs and everything. But I need the 9 fellowship at least.
The 9 fellowship.
And if they
that's scary for me. Yeah.
Bro, if they don't finish the 9, I'm selling all these and I'm not fucking with them anymore.
They'll get there by 2040.
Queen already pissed me off on statues, so if they don't finish the fucking 9, nah. InArt's dead to me.
But you know what I think these companies do, and Hot Toys is will do this tactic as well. I think they intentionally don't finish the line, so just to keep you in the hobby, like you got to get one more. I'll buy other shit while I'm waiting on the other one, and then you forget about it. So I think it's intentional. But yeah, so I don't need the entire line normally of figures. Like I can get just one off, 2 off. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy is another example. I don't need to complete that whole line, but I need my representation, and I'm good. Tyria is saying this Gandalf, I futz with it. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's beautiful, honestly. Let's see. Profi is saying, I thought he was. What were you saying? Go for it.
So let me ask you. You said you don't need to complete the whole line. You have one and is perfect. But why you need then 4 Supermans? Yeah,
Cuervo saying Jesus Marco 10 Jokers but no Gandalf. Certain characters I just really love. There's different types of guys. But you're right, there's trade-off costs. If I'm getting 4 Jokers, that means maybe I don't have room in the budget or space for a Gandalf.
4 Joker, 4 Superman.
Yeah, but I love Superman, Batman, Joker a lot more than I love Lord of the Rings. So for me, it makes more sense. But I get it. It's wacky. It's the wrong answer, and that's one of the reasons why.
It's your collection. No one has the right to complain.
That's right, except for Gigi. She does have the right. FPJ in the house saying, InArt figures looking great. Wish I could be all in. Too much stuff I want from IPs. I have more connection to. Yeah, that's just like we were saying. Like if you really like, but you love another character, you may prioritize that a bit more. AJ is saying, might be 30 years from now at the rate InArt moves. Yeah, it's going to take a while for them to complete the line. Joe Navas.
You need both though, the gray and the white. I don't think the white's coolest, but
yeah,
Gandalf you need both.
Yeah, see, and that's the tricky part is I don't love the character that much that I could justify adding 2, but we'll see. This guy's still up on 1/6 kit last I checked, so I could be convinced, but yeah, it's a slippery slope here. Yeah, so Joe Nava saying, but doesn't have the print on the pants. To me, that's just it's just a whatever thing, but I understand. If InArt's going to come out and be the definitive, if they're going to be the definitive, then maybe they need to reconsider adding the print on the pants. Cuervo, it's not wacky, it's your collection, bud. Yeah, I know. This is again, this is the purpose of this show is to talk about things that are a bit more wild, the weird stuff we do. Last one here, and I'm going to close the poll. AJ, you aren't wrong, Focus. As long as I get the ones I have on pre-order from them, I'm happy. There you go. That's a positive way to look at it. Let's close the poll. Excuse me. Oof. Let's close the poll here, and then we will talk about another figure. Since we're boring Joao over here. So
No, it's
60,
all good.
64% of people are saying they're going to pass, even though you shall not pass, but 64% passing on this Gandalf. And the definitive wrong answer here, 35% are getting it. So that's actually a lot higher than I would assume. That's a really fair amount of people that are going after this Gandalf. It does look great, though. It does look great. So I'm very tempted. We'll just see. But there's so much coming from both companies, both Hot Toys and InArt. It's hard to prioritize. FPJ saying, sometimes I wish Hot Toys moved just as slowly. How are you pumping out more figures than my bank account can give him? Oh my gosh, they're coming hot and heavy right now. But
Such a retard.
excuse me?
Our Chen is going crazy. He's going nuts.
Oh my
Jesus.
Oh my god. So if you wouldn't mind, can we go to the Batman figure, please, Joao? He's like, you're asking the guy who's been drinking to drive.
No, it's fine, but because here sometimes I don't know the order they place these.
No,
I
you're
think
fine with it.
Batman is just this airy.
We're casual here. I think we'll
I think
pass
Batman
them
there
by
are
by
very
hand.
few figures. Wait, yeah, but they
They're spread
here
out
we
too.
have- yeah, they are spread out. But I think the first one is this one. Is the
Okay,
rooted
this
one.
is a good one to start with. So, Joao, I'm going to start with you. Did you go with the rooted the Batman, patent Batman?
No, I went with the double pack. I think it's the double pack, the rooted double pack with Batman and Wayne, or what do you want to call him. And I think it looks amazing. Honestly, I think the rooted looks really, really good.
So you
I'm
went
not
with
as
the double pack and not the all-in pack that comes with the bat signal.
No, the all in.
Okay.
The higher one. Comes with the rooted one. Here is the. You see, I think there's a huge difference between these two.
There
The
is, and so
sculpted
I
and the
actually
rooted.
I went with
there's
the
a huge
sculpted,
difference.
and I'm starting to feel it like, ooh, the rooted looks way more premium. At the end of the day, I think the sculpted is going to be just fine for me, but you're right. There's a big difference in the realism.
And here it looks amazing too. But this will be the same for rooted or sculpted. But here, I don't know. I'm not liking so much this one. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think that face is still looking a bit odd, and I think they kind of generally capture him, but it just doesn't feel like a Bruce Wayne you
Wait.
need in your collection. There's nothing sexy about it. What were you going to say, Eddie?
Oh, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, okay. Oh, got it. Let's see. So, man, this is looking good though. Honestly, the suit looks fantastic from what we're seeing.
Suit looks fantastic. See, yes.
And honestly, I think whether you went sculpted or rooted, I don't know that this is going to be. I don't know if there's a wrong answer on this one. Honestly, I think that every SKU is going to be solid. So I'm going to put up a poll.
That looks awesome.
I think this one looks.
Is that a good puff or a bad puff?
looks amazing.
I think it does.
Look at
I
this.
agree.
Yeah, that's impressive. That'd be the one that I'd be interested in out of all of the SKUs there on this. Just the rooted single pack of the Batsuit. I think that is impressive.
And I think the big difference with the minus the rooted hair is it comes with the back computer as well. So I was tempted. I was like, do I want? But at the end of the day, I just don't want to have to futz with all of these figures' hairs. I feel like if I'm going to get a few rooted ones, I can live with that. But if I'm starting to expand my collection, it just doesn't feel like something I want to do.
But I think this the sculpted one. I don't know the way they make these trends of hairs. I think Hot Toys did a bit better. I don't know.
When
Hot
they
Toys is better
revised it,
sculpted,
yeah.
I think.
What?
I think
Yes.
Hot Toys. Sorry, go
I
on,
also think
Marco.
so. I also think so.
Yeah, they've really dialed in their sculpted hair lately, and I think InArt have a bit of ground to make up in the sculpted hair area, but in the rooted hair area, it's kind of their bread and butter, isn't it?
Yeah. And I will just say, I wanted to clarify when Hot Toys revised their sculpted hair, right? Because they came out with not as messy of the strands, and then they said, oh, actually, hold on, we're adding the swap out. And so I think what we saw from the revised version was way better. But yeah, I liked the rooted Joker. Excuse me, I keep transposing the two. I liked the sculpted Joker a lot as well. I thought the hair had a lot of detail, so I was pretty convinced that a sculpted offering on this figure could be solid. So we'll just see. We're getting close. So Joao, you think this one's going to come out before the end of the year in your region?
That's their promise, right? But first, let's see if Gandalf and Pennywise, they predicted August, and when we asked John on the LWO, we said that even if delays will not be like end of September, it will be maybe end of August, early September. We are talking about 2 releases, right? InArt, Pennywise and Gandalf. And then they only have this Batman. Then they will have more 3-4 months to work on to finish working on this Batman. One thing I found interesting, and I don't know if I'm just checking this now. I don't like very much the way these sits on the nose. I always prefer a pointy one. Then like this like is going around the nose.
You're just talking about the design in general.
Like
The design,
bandage.
yeah, nothing to do with InArt. This is the suit design.
Yeah. I really
prefer the
disliked that
pointed.
when I first saw that in the preview images or the trailer. I was like, I get what they were trying to do, but I think you're right. Like the Christian Bale pointy, that'll still be definitive for me.
And the 89 is also pointy. I don't know why
There we
they
go.
changed for the nose shape here.
You know,
Jose,
it's
are you
funny,
back?
like, sorry, go on, Joe.
No, I'm asking if Jose is back because he's here. Maybe you want to.
I think so.
Oh, good.
I think we're good.
All right, you're a little bit loud, but you're better.
No,
now.
you're fine.
So what are you thinking about this one, Jose?
Well, this is the first time I'm seeing the photos up close of the newest prototype for this InArt Batman. So far, this image looks pretty good. I saw you guys were looking at the sculpted hair, and that looks okay. I would have to look at the comparison with the Hot Toys one to see which sculpted hair is better, though.
I'm going there now. Don't worry.
I don't
You can
mind the
talk.
sculpted hair on this one. I think it looks good.
Yeah, I think and at the end of the day, I'm probably going to have him with the mask on with this version. So again, I'm crazy. So I'm going to get roasted here again. I am getting the sculpted InArt Batman, and then I'm getting the Hot Toys pack with the bat signal. So that's a lot
Jesus
of
Christ.
yeah, that's a lot of
Jesus
the
Christ.
Batman for a film that I liked, didn't necessarily love, but I like this design. It grew on me. So I enjoyed
Marco,
the film. I
we're
liked the
similar
design.
here. I've paid off the Hot Toys complete package with the modular base and the signal, but I'm still really keen on the rooted single InArt.
Okay.
And that even for me, that's overkill now. So it could be a case of I get the both of them and then go whichever one's better. Like I'm not entirely sure.
Got it. Are you getting
it's
the
not
bicycle as well, Shane?
I love the way you call it a bicycle. You're so cute. You mean the
The
man
Batpod.
motorized,
Jesus.
you know, like
The
a fossil
bicycle.
fuel burning machine? No, I'm
Bicycle.
not, because it just looks like it looks like a cool and regular black motorcycle with little Hello Kitty ears on it.
Wow. Hello Kitty ears.
Yeah, like the
Got it.
Batpod was bloody awesome. The bike didn't really float my boat too much.
Fair enough. I think that's what kind of spoke to me is that his vehicles were just a lot more like true to life. And so it was different from Nolan, right? A lot of the stuff they did
Yeah.
was so similar to what Nolan did, but that was where they deviated a bit more.
I get that. I like the fact that it was more real world. And even when I first saw this suit, I think a lot of people, when they first saw the promotional image of the suit long before the movie came out, they were like, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
But you know what it is? It's what the movie is like and how the character moves and the action sequences that make the suit cool. It's the same as the Batmobile. A lot of people saw the Batmobile, but when they saw the scenes, they're like, "Oh, wait a second, this is awesome." It'd be like there was your favorite basketball player or soccer player or football player, if they just looked weird, you'd be like, it doesn't make a difference if they're awesome. Like, it just doesn't matter.
You're right. Throughout the course of the film, Joao, I just got to say, you're the MVP. This guy's been drinking all day, and he's still running the stream.
All day. I drink the beat in the
This is how rumors start.
All day. Jesus Christ. All day.
Yeah. If you were in Ireland, we call you the local legend.
That's right.
You've been drinking all day.
That's incredible. So, yeah, thank you for pulling up this comparison. Yeah, the Hot Toys looks damn good, honestly. So,
Really?
one of them, this looks great to me.
You know
One of
why?
them is
Because
gonna
they
have
can do the air strains way more thinner than the InArt. The InArt, they look like macaroni, like noodles.
Yeah, macaroni.
This is where I'm gonna pull out the contrarian thing. I like InArts better. I think InArts looks better. I think Hot Toys kind of looks like a mess. The hair and
Okay,
the
it's
likeness.
too many strands. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. That just looks. It looks more put together. It looks way better in my opinion. But I don't know. I guess. I like the Hot Toys one kind of looks like flat, and then like the strands kind of come out at the end with all those little pieces. This one looks more like volume, and it just looks better to me.
Yeah. Honestly, they both look good to me, but yeah, I'm excited to find out here, hopefully very soon, once we get these in hand. There's going to be some intense debates about which one's better, but I'm glad that I'm hopefully going to add both if GG doesn't find out before.
So
Go ahead.
I didn't think I needed the InArt one, cause I don't. Unlike you, I like the film. I don't love it. I really don't love Pattinson as Batman. I like him in the suit, and that's why I got it, cause I do like the way he looks in the suit, and there are some badass scenes when he's in the suit. So I just went with the Hot Toys, the Bat Signal Deluxe or whatever. So that's what I have on order. I don't have any InArt on order. But now that I'm looking at it, I feel like I made a mistake, because when Joao was showing the Hot Toys, he looked slim, like, and in the suit he didn't look slim. In the suit he looked bulky and squared up shoulders, and I feel like InArt captured that better than Hot Toys, or at least from what we're seeing here, and then the Hot Toys promo pics. But and also the head sculpt thing, like, look how slim he looks. Like, I didn't even realize that he looks skinny. But
the InArt one does look a little thin too. I think that just was kind of his look.
Really?
Yeah.
And
I
the
think so.
material on the actual armor looks better on the InArt. But that's could just because that's like an in-person picture and this is a promo pic, you know?
No, I bet you it will look better on the InArt. I think that because they've, this is one of their few releases, they've had more resources to kind of spend tuning that in. So I bet you it does end up looking better. I think both are going to look fine.
To me, this head sculpt looks like that dude from Night at the Roxbury. The other, not Will Ferrell, but his best friend. That's who this looks like to me. It doesn't even look like Pattinson.
Oh my god.
Oh god, I disagree with you there, man. I think they've done a good job.
I don't like it at all now. I'm like, what did I not see? But when I was ordering it, the head sculpt was not even a question for me, because I was never gonna use that. I could care less for that. I was gonna use.
You're gonna
the
pose
cowl.
it with the cow.
Yeah.
I think
Oh
this
my
It looks
god.
like
Chris
that.
Kattan. Chris Kattan. Oh my gosh, wow, you're an absolute legend, man.
That was so quick.
Incredible. So good. This guy's a whiz, man.
It was.
Man. So I'm going to close the poll. Let me check in with the chat, and I'm going to close the poll. But final thing I will say, so Eddie, you're saying you feel some regret. I think that all of the SKUs for Hot Toys are now on waitlist at Sideshow. I could be wrong there. And I think that the InArt, you could still get, the one-off versions, if not all of the SKUs. So if you needed to pivot and change your mind, I think there's still some space there. If you needed to sell one to pick up the other, or cancel one, so I think you're going to be okay at the end of the day. So let me just check in with everyone here. Oops, let's see. Cuervo is saying, "I'm with you, Marco. I only want a few rooted figs so far. Only Gandalf eventually may get rooted Joker." Yeah, there you go. It's tough. It gets out of control. Oh, there you
can
go.
get
So
the
it's a
deluxe
pre-order.
version. The
Okay, you can
collector
get the
edition.
deluxe.
The collector
Okay.
edition is waitlist full.
Okay, here you go. Thank you, Joao, for checking. What a whiz. This guy is incredible. Lancelot Nerd Corner saying InArt definitely spent all their skill points on rooted and not enough on the sculpted hair. Yeah, maybe they'll get it tightened up, but I think we're getting pretty close to release. So, Everyday Collector John is saying I didn't order this Batman, but I think I'll need to. Still waiting on his Batmobile. Oh, someone's going to give us that Batmobile. I'm kind of shocked we didn't see that in any of the showcases for Hot Toys, but
Jazz Inc. already did, didn't they?
there you go, Jazz Inc.
Yeah.
That's a good. So Joao sent in here, special note, some of the works are still under supervision and photography is prohibited at the request of the copyright holder. For those works that have been officially announced / pre-sold, photos can be taken normally. Thank you for your cooperation. Interesting. Okay. And our buddy La Cuerva de Griton is saying, please fix the Superman head sculpt. That's incredible. Let's see. Movie Canon is saying, nice. I pre-ordered the Battinson Deluxe and Bat Signal. Hope it's released by Halloween. Yeah, I'm really hoping it's going to be released here pretty soon. Calvin the Low-Key Collector saying, please don't disrespect motorcycles like that. SMH. Bicycles never provided 300 horsepower between your legs. Whoa, between your legs.
Whoa.
Just like Calvin likes it. I know, my God. Let's see. Trevor is saying, I got both Hot Toys and Rooted InArt. I'll decide when I see them in hand. It's going to be a really fun comparison, honestly. Yeah, if you're privileged enough to get both, I think it's going to be really fun to do that, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Cuervo saying, Hot Toys 1 is good enough for me, and I don't need Rooted. Plus, I'm getting the Prime 1 statues, so I need to balance. Oh, that Prime 1 looks beautiful. Let's see. Cuervo was saying, Chris Kattan, Eddie, you're a wild man for that. Now we're going to need the side-by-side Photoshop after the streams. Let's see. Star Cash is saying, Marco, the Superman is rooted hair. Enlarge the hairline. Oh, okay. We might have to go back. Joao, if you wouldn't mind in a bit, maybe we can hop back to the Superman and see. Again, I'm going to owe you many beers. Let's see. The Movie Canon is saying, Corky Romano. That's incredible. Sure. Yeah.
I think it's sculpted.
I haven't seen enough.
There's another picture that looks rooted. It looks more detailed, but
if that is
that
sculpted,
that's hard.
If
to
it
tell
is
for me.
sculpted, it's bloody good.
It's damn good, yeah.
That's sculpted for sure. That's.
And if we can't tell the difference between the rooted and the sculpted, I mean, it'll be different in hand. But is there really a point to give us the? Yeah, I think that they're all sculpted. It's looking that way, but. We'll see. Starcash is saying 1 6-figure focus. I messaged the picture on Instagram. Okay. So they sent a picture on Instagram. So if you can find any proof.
I'm looking at it, but
it looks the same.
If it's sculpted, it's really, really good. I'm not convinced that it's rooted based on this photo. Thanks very much for sharing it. I think it looks like good sculpted. Now, I could be way wrong on that. From what I'm seeing here, though, it's hard to tell.
So
it's very hard to tell.
I'm going to end this poll, and then I think we'll cover 1 or 2 more figures, and we'll call it a day. We've got almost 60 in the chat. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, appreciate everyone joining today. So for the definitive wrong answers here, let's see. So not my Batman, 27%. So that's the highest one. Folks that are going after the sculpted InArt, 24%. Going after the rooted InArt, 24%. So looks like a good mix of folks going for sculpted and rooted. And the definitive wrong answer at 24% as well, actually. So we've got 3 wrong answers, getting the Hot Toys. So kind of like an even split amongst folks that are getting rooted, sculpted, and going after the Hot Toys. That's the beautiful thing about options is there's going to be plenty of options for collectors at the end of the day. Anything else to add on this InArt, the Batman?
Nope.
All right. So Joao, I'm going to thank you for holding it down here. I'm going to share my screen. And I think Hot Toys actually has some higher res photos. But again, when I was prepping, this is what was available. So boom, let's go here. And I want to talk about Prey. This is one that I had given up hope that they were going to make. And when they put up that announcement. Go ahead, Joao.
We don't talk about Michael Jackson.
Oh yes, Michael Jackson. Okay, if you wouldn't mind sharing again and putting up the picture of Michael Jackson. If not, I've got some pictures here that are pretty high resolution.
Again.
Actually, let me see. No, I got MJ. Thank you.
I got it. Let me handle this.
All right.
He's like, my pics are better.
Yeah. He's like, mine are the high res. My guy, thank you for that reminder. Can't forget that MJ. And you know what that means? If we're talking about Michael Jackson, that means Shane's got to do his impression.
You have a Michael Jackson impression?
Okay. You know that one line in Man in the Mirror?
Yeah.
Just that one.
What the fuck?
Whoa.
It's
pretty
it's
good,
just
right?
it's just not. He completely changed his voice and he puts a bit of gusto on it. Like yeah, so yeah. That's my
That's
favorite line.
incredible. See, we're. Oh my God.
Everyone's
you know what?
leaving.
I bet you. No, everyone's joining now. So I bet you now, Shane is probably going to be cosplaying as Michael Jackson at whatever next upcoming show he goes to. He's too damn good. He's too damn good. Oh my God, we're getting a lot of positive feedback on that impression. Holy shit. Oh my God. That's incredible. Okay, so we're ready to share these pictures here. So Michael Jackson. So Joao, since you're the one sharing the pictures, I'm going to start with you. Number one, is this the version of Michael Jackson you would have wanted them to produce? And number two, what do you think about this prototype?
Prototype wise, I think it looks amazing. This looks, I don't know. It's unbelievable, really, in my honest opinion. If this was the version I wanted, probably not. But I'm not. I don't feel bad about this. This I cannot be sure, but I think because I saw Michael Jackson live. I think it was in '92. Was the
No
Dangerous Tour?
way.
Dangerous Tour. What?
Oh,
Yes,
that,
saw
I don't
it.
think I've ever met anyone who's actually seen him live. That's awesome.
I see him live, Dangerous Tour in Lisbon. And if I'm not mistaken, he was using a very similar suit as this one. You never know anyone that watched Michael Jackson live.
I don't think I know anybody either that's seen Michael Jackson.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I really wish I would have, but
If I
Missed
was
it.
in America, I think I would see Michael Jackson every week.
my parents saw
Um,
Janet Jackson plenty of times, but never Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Wow.
But I like the because Hot Toys did Billie Jean, did Bad, did the Thriller, I guess. They did 3 versions of Michael Jackson, and I think it's just fair that they do a different one. And I like the diorama, looks amazing. I don't know if that in the back is really lights that can light up or not, or it's just
That would be incredible.
I like
I'm
the
surprised-
stage diorama, looks really good, really good.
I'm surprised
Everything
they didn't
about this
go.
looks amazing.
I'm surprised that InArt didn't go for the smooth criminal because with the magnets they have that leaning thing down to a T. No,
That would wow.
Yeah.
It was a joke, but actually, that would be
Damn,
my
yeah,
preferred.
actually, they might as well lean into it at this point. That's incredible.
And this is one figure from InArt that no one can complain if starts leaning forward, because it will always look natural, right?
There we go. Oh, man. So any more thoughts on this one, Joao?
It's amazing. This I would like them to show us without the glasses. I wanted to see how did they make the eyes and everything, because it makes a huge difference. You see him with the glasses, looks amazing. It's Michael Jackson, but we don't know what's under the glasses, right? But I think
True,
this
we
is early prototype. It's not the difficult, the hardest figure from them to make in terms of clothing. It's a simple one, but that hair, they need to nail that perfectly. What concerns me is the rooted hair, because I think this will be a extreme hard hair to kind of hair to pull out by ourselves. But let's see how they go. But
Do you have that close-up picture of the sculpt, Joao?
That's a
Wow, I
good
think that's
question.
Britney Spears and not Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's Britney Spears. That's Britney Spears,
Oh,
but I
man.
was thinking of Britney Spears just now.
That's awesome. Yeah, she's been. Oh, that's a whole different story. She's been on one for sure. So Jose, how are you feeling about this? You an MJ fan? This one you consider at all?
Yeah, I think this looks really, really good. I mean, I would never pretend to be the biggest MJ fan, but I liked his music. I remember as a kid, before I had a job, it was like around the time he had passed away, and so I would make I would, who still knows how to burn CDs? I'd burn CDs with his songs, right? And
Sounds like a
I'd make like
setup,
a great, yeah,
With
I'd make
Narrow 6, best software
there we
ever.
go. Oh, the best. Heck yeah.
I'd make like a
You
greatest
unlocked a
hit.
core memory.
I'd make like a greatest hits, and like I would go to like the supermarket and be like $5, and like I was trying to cash in
Damn,
on
hello
the back.
Latino. Love
Yeah.
it.
Oh, this guy was burning CDs and sell it in the market.
After he passed away, that's
After he
wrong.
passed
You know
away.
what?
I mean, I needed to jump on the, everybody was listening to the music, right? Because,
Yeah.
he had just passed. So, anyways, long story short, yeah, I'm a fan, and I think this looks incredible. I'm with Joel about wanting to see the eyes, because I think that's really important. I mean, right now they in arts, with the glasses, it's they can get away with the eyes not being perfect, right? Because it covers it. So. But
Yeah.
what I'm seeing here looks really good. That hair looks good. The outfit, the tailoring, I really like it.
Heck yeah. Yeah, it looks incredible, honestly. Eddie, are you a Michael Jackson person? Is this one you'd consider at all?
Oh hell yeah, dude! I'll most likely get this. I would have wanted Smooth Criminal or Thriller, but it still looks really cool. I'll get whatever version whatever version they would have decided to give us. I would have got. So I'm excited for this. I've always wanted 1/6 scale musicians, and I know there's third-party ones, and I know Blitzway is doing a couple. They're not doing anybody that I'm interested in, so this will be the first one for me. But yeah, I'm hoping it turns out really well. But it looks really good, so I'm excited for this.
Yeah, heck yeah. And Shane, no pressure to do the impression again, but if while you're speaking it gets sprinkled in, cool. But what do you think of this one?
No, I think I want to keep the fans now for the next show.
There we go.
Come back in the next
Keep
show.
them wanting
Like
more.
and subscribe to Marco's channel. We'll see what we can do. We might get a bit of singing as well.
Love it.
This, like Michael Jackson, I think if you grew up in the 80s, like you were a kid of the 80s, 90s, like it was everyone knew Michael Jackson. Like everyone was listening to music. It was very popular and stuff like that. And the first ever album I got on tape, on cassette, was it was Michael Jackson Bad. I still remember the day it got sent to the house, because at the time you had to these catalogs would come out and you'd have to phone some number and post away how many pounds it was, and then they'd send it to you. I remember it came in an envelope, it was bubble wrapped, and just the tape inside. I couldn't believe we actually had it. It's mad. I still have those original cassettes as well. But again, like Joao was probably going to be going, yeah, well, you're not going to buy them because you're a civilian. Like sports stars, musicians, I probably won't. I probably won't commit on this one, to be quite honest. But I think it's really cool that InArt they're not just going comic book. That's exactly yeah. That it's exactly that, man. It's and I still have it. It's at home, and it's like I don't even have a Walkman anymore. But I'd nearly buy a vintage Quill Guardians of the Galaxy style Walkman just so I could listen to something about the analog sound. But I have this and Thriller and Dangerous. But yeah, I'm glad they're doing this. I think the hair looks great, man. But I think this one I will pass on. But it's going to look amazing with that stage set up and everything.
Absolutely. Yeah, this looks incredible. I am a bit disappointed in that I wanted a Thriller version. I think to me, growing up, like Michael Jackson Thriller was so just like a definitive music video, right? I don't even know that anyone has touched that since. Like, did Spielberg direct it, or like one of the big time directors directed it, right? So that's what I would have wanted, a 2-pack with, normal Michael and then, zombie Michael. But this
But you
is
still can
damn
get the
tempting.
Hot Toys 1.
Yeah, you're right. But I would have wanted this like more premium offering now. So maybe folks will be clearancing out that, the Hot Toys 1, and I'll be able to swoop that. But I think I would probably hold out until Hot Toys or InArt revisit that version. And so kind of tangent here, but I've been watching that Arnold documentary. I think Miguel and Eddie were both recommending it. Incredible documentary if no one has seen it. And it got me thinking about who defined, for me growing up, like what cool was. And it was like Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, and Arnold. Like those were the guys that like everyone idolized. They were just international superstars that like were so, informative for what I thought was cool. So I would be very tempted. I still need to see a bit more, but damn, this looks pretty spot on. And then what's everyone's favorite MJ song? Mine's definitely Beat It. I got to go Thriller for me, but Eddie, how about you? Favorite MJ song?
Mine is Smooth Criminal because as a kid, I never knew he was saying Annie. It sounded like Eddie to me. So
Oh, yeah.
I love Smooth Criminal, dude.
I was today years old and I realized that he wasn't saying Eddie.
Wow.
How about you, Shane? What's your definitive?
I think that is such a difficult question.
It is.
But I gotta say, I do like the way you make me feel with the long intro and
Ooh,
yeah.
Nice. Calvin saying Smooth Criminal, Remember the Time. Remember the Time, Zach. Ooh, that's a great music video as well. Joao, how about you? What's your favorite?
Billie Jean. I love Billie Jean.
Billie Jean, okay. Love that. Renz is saying The Way You Make Me Feel and You Rock My World. Hell yeah. Jose, how about you?
You Rock My World probably is, but Dirty Diana. I was about to say that. Dirty Diana.
Diana.
I love that song. Oh, and fact check, it wasn't Spielberg, it was John Landis who directed it.
Okay. I don't know why,
that,
for some reason.
Dirty Diana, I think that was written about a fallout with Diana Ross. I'm not sure if that's true, but
really?
That's what I heard. I think it was a fallout, and that was written about that, some business deal that went sour. Vaguely remember watching a documentary or something about MJ and that coming up.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that at all. And Empire Strikes was saying, yeah, it was John Landis who produced the Thriller video, guy behind American Werewolf in London. Okay, awesome. Thank you for the clarification there. Movie Canon is saying Thriller's favorite song. Let's see, another double down for John Land. Yeah. Let's see, Yomo, Rock My World, and Billie Jean. Just limitless options here. Smooth Criminal, 160's Nuts would be such a cool diorama piece as well. Yeah, honestly, I could see them, going back to this well if this one is successful enough. Thriller for sure. Profi saying Human Nature. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely gonna be listening to some MJ today. We gotta represent here.
I can ship you one of my CDs that I used to sell.
Yeah, that's right. CDs or tapes. Man in the Mirror. That's right. Want to be starting something. Incredible.
Leave me alone.
Say Paul McCartney as well. Yeah. Butterflies. Opening of Beat It. Incredible. Billie Jean.
What was so cool is that he always had like really good music videos. Like he has like Remember the Time music video. Like they were all Smooth Criminal. Like all these music videos were great. To
me, like that's what kind of as a kid, that's kind of what made him transcendent. Like it's so cinematic. Yeah.
Speed Demon. Do you remember or Just Another Part of Me? I think that was a good video. Did you ever see the movie?
No.
Moonwalker.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I have never seen Moonwalker.
I saw the movie and was the first game I bought for the Sega Mega Drive was the Moonwalker.
I just say I've played the game. The game's fun. Let's see. So sorry, 160's Nuts is saying, I believe John said they have another MJ planned already. I don't recall that, but that would be, why not? If you've got the licensing, he's such an icon that you might as well do multiple versions. Evil Sneaker saying so many bangers, it's hard to choose. Honestly, that's an impossible choice. Last two here, and then I'm going to close the poll. Let's see. Phil DeBurns 83. I hope they give us a Thriller with a zombie and Werecat. That's the version that I would really want. So like Joao said, Hot Toys has done it, but would love to see what InArt has to do, or Hot Toys 2.0. Ryan Smith is saying the Bad album was the first one I listened to as well, and the Bad music video along with Moonwalker. Can you confirm that you didn't buy the CD from Jose though, right? Let's see. Okay, so I was actually going to mention this. Profi was asking about Captain EO. So they had a 3D movie that would play at Disneyland. I'm sure Disney World too, and you would sit in the theater, and it's like Michael Jackson in this kind of like Star Wars-esque epic, and it was kind of scary as well. So anyone else on the panel? I know Jose's nodding. Eddie, do you remember this one at all?
No, but I remember you guys talking about it at Disney when we were there. I don't remember it. I think you guys showed me.
I would just Google it because they've got the full movie up on YouTube, and yeah, it's pretty cool to watch. Honestly, it's wild. Profi is saying there's an MJ bust in the works as well. So let me end this. Oh, here we go. So, Joao, thank you, Joao. What a freaking whiz. What a whiz.
Captain EO.
Yeah, so this is Captain EO here, and it's like I said, it's like a Star Wars-esque movie, short film, if you will. So the okay, this is a Profi is saying Captain EO was directed by George Lucas. Well, that explains the Star Wars connection there. All right, I didn't want to guess again on the director since I got the first time wrong, but let's see. So for the InArt Michael Jackson, 62% are saying they would pass on this version, 28% are saying they'd get it, and 9%, the definitive wrong answer, are saying that they would pass and they'd wait for another version. So I think that's where I fall as well. Any other takes on InArt Michael Jackson?
That's a lot of passes. 62%. That
Yeah.
I
It's just
wonder if
tough
this
to
one will
find.
sell well.
Oh, and to fact check Mario,
Sure
it was
will.
actually directed by Francis Ford Coppola, but written by George Lucas.
Whoa, all right. Jose,
Look at
this
Jose's
guy's,
the fact checker.
you know who Jose is? Jose's the actually guy. Actually.
Yeah,
but
actually.
I appreciate I appreciate him for it, though.
I thought you were going to call him the guy in the chair because he doesn't have a headset on.
No,
Kinda
that's
just-
Joao.
it's-
Joao's the
oh,
guy in the
Joao,
chair
right.
today, but
Oh, sure.
that's right.
Ch-
Jose's
On this InArt, there are I think there's some some bands or musicians just have these diehard followers who collect everything. Like bands like the Sex Pistols, or just there's these diehard fans that have like the Beatles have a collection, whether it's like CDs, vinyl, T-shirts, whatever. There's MJ collectors out there that have everything, and I think this will draw people in. And there'll be other non-6 scale collectors who will be just massive MJ fans who will want this.
This is kind of the gateway into the hobby. I think you're right. I think similar to that Ahsoka figure, and now we're seeing with the Anakin, certain ones are just transcendent and just bring people oh, I didn't know this existed, but now I want to find out more. So that's a great point, Shane. So I think we can move on. So I read the results of the poll. I want to just move on to a few more teases that Hot Toys had. And let's just talk. Go
Do
ahead,
you
Jose.
guys expect that piece to be really expensive with the whole backdrop and all that?
Yeah, I would assume so, honestly. It probably is going to be one of their extra premium offerings. We'll see how much that Joker, right, the Joker from the Joker film is going to be, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's around that plus some. Joao, what are you thinking?
No, the Joker, John already said, would be more than $1,000. He already opened that to everyone. But I think
that's
this Michael Jackson, because that Joker will be two figures, probably. I think is Arthur Fleck and Joker. I think this Michael Jackson will be around the 500-600, around that, no more than
Interesting. Okay, so they'll make it a little bit more, little bit more accessible to everyone.
that. It's not accessible. Accessible is $300. Is what you pay for a Hot Toys.
Compared to 1,000, there's a big
talking
difference.
We are talking about 600, double price of a Hot Toys. Oh, look at that Grogu with Prem. I want that.
I think you're the only one, but
I know.
this dewback. Yeah, I want the These
Do
are
back,
cool
I don't
though.
care. Give you.
I want the dewback, but yeah, the Grogu and Pram would be cool. So last one I want to talk about here. I do have to end this pretty soon because I got a meeting upcoming, but let's just go to, where was it? I just had it. Oh, here we go. This is what I want to talk about. Okay, so Eddie, I'm gonna start with you. Did you see Prey? Did you enjoy it? Would you consider adding this?
I did see Prey. I did enjoy it, and I would consider adding this. I like.
Awesome.
I missed out on Hot Toys' run of Predators, so I would like to have at least one.
It was a
Predator,
short one,
so-
right?
Yeah. But this was cool, and I really love the look of the Predator, and I love the look of his biomask, like his skull mask, and I think it looks really cool. So I'm interested to see what it actually comes with and how it actually turns out. But yeah, I'm definitely interested, and I hope that, I know this is from Prey, but I hope that if it succeeds, they consider going back down that line again, because I think it's really cool.
So is it
This is
it
supposed
not,
to be the first Predator ever.
well,
think
we don't
that's
know
what it's
ever, right?
supposed to
But
be.
one of the first ones to land
Okay,
on.
okay, sorry, not ever.
I'm sure that they'll have a prequel of a different time period where another Predator landed. So Eddie, follow-up question for you: is this not too different from the classic-looking Predator for you to consider?
No, I think that with Predator 2, like they showed a ton of different looking predators, so I feel like there's room for all kind of different looks. If anything, I think it makes them look cool that they're all so unique. So I enjoy that they're all different like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Heck yeah. So Shane, how about you? A film that you've seen, one that you'd consider at all?
Yeah, watched the movie when it came out. Really, really enjoyed it. My second favorite Predator movie. Then watched it again 3 or 4 days ago when I saw the tease go up. The Hot Toys tease. Was really excited about it. Saw this. Bit underwhelmed, to be honest. Like I saw the knee joints and awkward pose, and I don't know. Like when I watched that the other day, I noticed that the feral predator was, yeah, he was tall. He was literally a beast, but he was he looked a bit kind of slimmer or something. This guy looks a bit chunky, but then again, it's harder to tell when there's nothing next to it to kind of has to act as like a point of reference. So the video I recorded earlier on that I haven't posted yet, basically I'm saying I'm waiting to see the prototype images and solicitation photos. But I think I'm going to pull the trigger on it. The joints won't be enough to put me off. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like there's something about it. Just seems a bit like stumpy or butty or something like that. But it could be just a pose. Could be just a photo.
Here, let me see. I'm going to pull up another photo as well. But you're right. He's a little bit more stout for sure.
It could be just a pose and the photo, but I'm still interested. I want to kind of like the Henry Cavill InArt Superman. I want to see those actual prototype images from multiple different angles and stuff like that because I really liked the movie.
Yeah, yeah. So Joao, how about you? A film that you enjoyed, a figure that you'd consider?
The film I enjoyed for sure, but I don't know. I'm still considering if I really want to add this to the collection. I don't have any Predator. It will be one of those figures that then I need to find space where to put him.
Yeah.
And because he will not fit well with other kind of stuff, and then I get paranoid, and then I don't know where to put him, and then he ends up in the box. He end up in the box. So it's a wait and see game. I'm not very in a urge to pre-order these. I'm happy for people that already have a good Predator collection and can add one more. But to be honest, I was not even planning trying to go backwards on Predators, because even the 2.0s they already feel kind of old. Mm-hmm. There's one Predator that I would say that looks amazing till today, that is the Samurai one, but it's also the one that goes for a way higher price. Here it goes for, I don't know, almost $1,000 for that Predator, or maybe more. So because the other ones you can find for pretty cheap, first, especially the 1.0, but they have huge issues with the joints, with the suits, with everything. So it depends what Hot Toys are going to do with this line, but honestly, I don't think Hot Toys is going to pick up the Predators again. I think that's this Prey. Maybe they do another figure. I don't know if they are going to do the girl. What's the girl name?
Naru, I think.
I was gonna
Naru,
say,
yeah.
Her axe is behind him, so maybe that's a tease. Then.
Oh,
so probably they do Naru, and I mean, for certain collectors, is if you are collecting movie-based stuff more like these here and there, I think it's cool. But maybe let's see if it end up on maybe a sale or a bargain bin. It's a welcome figure as always. But I don't know. We even don't know the price. But that joint I agree with Shane. That joint for me, that is so 2011 is not. We are not playing in that ballpark more.
Yeah, it's definitely off-putting for sure to see it like this. But Jose, is this a Predator that you'd consider adding, or would you wait for a different version?
So I really like this one. I really like the movie, but kind of like Joao, I wouldn't know what or where to put it, and then I don't know if they're going to make Naru. I don't think they will. I was talking about this with Renz Tantino about it the other day when they first showed these photos, and it was funny because I was like, I don't think they'll make her, but I feel like I would want a companion piece, and I was like, well, maybe I can put him next to John Wick, because John Wick no one can kill him. All those stairs he fell down in the last movie doesn't kill him. So this
Yeah.
Predator is not going to do anything to him, right? So maybe he can fight John Wick or something.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Look at
yeah.
Joao. Full screen Joao. Full screen Joao.
Oh,
Joao,
my
did you love John Wick? Is that what it is?
No, it's I have a issue with pairing figures that don't belong
Oh,
to the same
Joao,
franchise.
over your left shoulder, you've got Pennywise sitting on the Ecto-1.
Ecto-1. Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit more distracted by the decal on your Ecto-1. It seems
I
a
know,
little
it
crooked.
looks so
No,
looks
thank you.
fucked.
Thank you for noticing that.
Throw it across the room and send it to me, please.
I need everyone to remind me that.
I'm kidding, man.
Oh,
No,
man.
it's all good. But yeah, I mean, I don't say with I would not say with John Wick, but for example, if you collect these kind of figures, and I was talking with Marco the other day, I think for example, if you have one off of this movie or that, I think they benefit a lot of those Apex Time display cases that are intended for one figure only. And you can have that specific figure in that case, other one, and they are from different franchises, but in a small wall you can get maybe 8-10 cases, and it will look amazing because you have a representation of a movie on each one. I think,
Yeah.
or like Shane has on the top. If you have one figure per layer, it will look amazing. It doesn't matter if you don't pair them together. Just don't look like Marco, because Marco some that he told before. I didn't understand what was that in the same line.
It's
in the same
looking
line
similar
was,
back here. We got
I've
a
seen-
Carnage mixed with the.
I've seen
Go
like
ahead.
display cases that have like like the movie and TV section, right? And they have like the Godfather and the Predator and so on and so forth, and that looks good sometimes too.
Yeah, they use the backgrounds, right? They use
Yeah.
that backgrounds. They print the backgrounds and do those are the TOFs. They just print a very nice background they stick it on the glass, but must be a very high quality print. And then they do the flooring to combine with that background, and looks amazing. You are really looking at the set of the movie.
So
Shane is now
if you haven't-
thinking, let me
Yeah.
study about this.
The gears are turning. So if you haven't voted yet, get your vote in. I'm going to end this in about 30 seconds from now. So looks like we got a fair amount of votes already. But if you haven't voted, go do so really quick. So any more thoughts on the prey predator at all? And I guess let me just give my thoughts. If not, I think it looks great. I still am a
Thank you.
bit. There you go. It's fine. All right, let's move on. I still kind of am holding out for like a 2.0 of like a more classic Predator. Although I really loved the film, I think I just didn't necessarily wasn't enamored by the design. I like that they did something different, but I still like the design of the original Predator so much more. So can you justify adding multiple Predators? Yeah, actually that feels like a line that you could, go pretty deep down. But yeah, I got to see more. But I'm the same, where the leg joints are looking a bit iffy. But I have the Carnage. He looks great standing kind of straight up and down. So I think I have no doubt that you could pose this guy in a really cool, interesting way without bending those knee joints. But got to see more. Got to have some more data. So let me end the poll here, and we'll determine the definitive wrong answer. So coming up top, so folks, for the prey predator, 52% are saying get. So that's actually one of the higher percentages that we've gotten so far. So a lot of folks are very interested by this. Someone's playing Minesweeper in the background. I could hear them. And then 28% are saying pass. So okay, so a good mix there. And the definitive wrong answer, 19% are saying pass. I want a different version. And yeah, I think I may end up, I may end up landing in that area. Let's see. We is saying Marco sounds old. Okay, so is my mic fucked up, or I just sound like an old person? You got to let me know. Just tell me what's going on here. So yeah, so let's move on.
It's your takes.
I sound like an old
You
man
sound like-
yelling at clouds. Yeah. Oh my God. So let's just talk about one last thing here, and then I think we can call it a day. I keep saying one more,
Are you
and
gonna
then I
skip
keep.
John Wick and the other dude from John Wick.
I think we're going to have to talk about those on LWO tonight because I think we're running out of real estate. I know. But I really want to talk about this one. I put them on the thumbnail, and maybe y'all will not be as keen as I am on this one. But, Jose, I'm going to start with you. Spider-Man 2099 from Across the Spider-Verse. Obviously got roasted with the jointed version. Are you happy with this update that Hot Toys is teasing here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this makes it look more like a Hot Toys. Whether you'd pick it up or not, I think that this is more enamored in the brand versus that, other version. I'm sure some people liked it, but it wasn't Hot Toys. And I think that this, even if the suit will have its usual creasing and, bends when you pose it, I think overall you're still getting a better looking figure and more realistic looking figure that's more the Hot Toys brand, for sure.
Heck yeah. And this looks like just a fair compromise. That's a really dynamic pose. It feels like more of a fabric suit. So I think at the end of the day, we knew they could do it. They just needed a bit of encouragement in the form of getting roasted online. But Eddie, how you feeling about this one?
I think that I'm happy people got what they wanted. The material looks interesting. So, and I wonder, like, it feels like they had it ready pretty quick. So I wonder if they were already working on that. So, like, if they were going to put it out and then because I said with the joint one, I was like, I think they put that out just to see how the community would respond, if they'd be okay with jointed figures like that, like kind of like a bigger Marvel Legend. But it feels like they already had it ready. But what interests me about it is, like, I would love to mess with it because the suit material looks interesting, but I'm not gonna get this. I still haven't seen this movie, so.
Sorry, couldn't get back to the unmute button. Shane, how are you feeling about this one?
This is something I wouldn't pick up, but I loved the movie. But I was taken aback, like a lot of people were, when we saw this prototype, the first one, go up for pre-order, and there was a lot of joints there. It reminded me of Ben Thomas, to be honest. But I like a lot of time we get a figure, and to call it a Marvel Legends would be hyperbole. But for in this case, it did look like an oversized Marvel Legends. And I get some people prioritize posing over the realism. But I think if you were to do an actual poll on every single Hot Toys 1/6 scale collector, I would imagine the overwhelming majority would go for realism over articulation. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I don't think it was a case that, the customers fought the power and Hot Toys went grand. You asked, we listened. I think the numbers were low. I'd say the numbers were low and the money talked. And they probably did watch streams or take other data, but I'd say the main driving force was the pre-orders aren't here, so therefore we've got to do something different. They checked out a few streams and some Facebook groups and realized, oh yeah, people are not happy with this at all. That explains why we're getting no pre-orders, and then changed it. I think it looks a lot better like this. It looks more screen accurate, but yeah, it's going to limit articulation. So I'd imagine there's people out there who have put this down and we're really looking forward to posing the crap out of this, and now to be like, oh Jesus, now it's not going to pose. But I would say the overwhelming majority are the opposite to that. But no, it's not for me. But I love the movie.
Yeah, the movie's fantastic. I said it's still going to pose though, from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, it's still going to pose, but it's like I don't know, it's trying to squat in skinny jeans. You could probably still do it. It's just risky.
Absolutely. So, Joao, how are you feeling about this update?
I feel good because I don't want it anyway. So I'm happy for people that were asking for it.
You're happy that there's one that you're not going to get.
Yeah, I really don't like this figure like this. I don't know, something strange about it. I will need to see the reviews and to see how it really looks like, because I don't know.
Is it
if we branded it Mandalorian, perhaps? Would you get it?
That's right. Throw a Mando helmet on him.
I have no chance.
He's already got his direct deposit set up for any Mandalorian figure that comes out. It just goes directly to
to Hot Toys.
That's pretty much the setup I've got going with them. The moment they announce a figure that I want, you got my money. It's a privileged position to be in. Jose.
first in line for that Grogu, right? He's gonna be right there. He's gonna camp out for that Grogu.
That's right. You just start
I
pushing
don't need
people.
to camp out. He will come floating to me in the
Oh.
plane.
Oh, man. So what do you think, Jose? You like this one?
Yeah. You asked me, but yeah.
Oh, my bad, bro. Sorry.
You already asked.
Just say your takeover again. No, I'm joking.
Oh.
All right, so Jose's
I really
happy.
like
Yeah.
it. I'm happy with it.
Awesome. Let me end the poll here. So it looks like 94% of people are happy with this update. So overall, Hot Toys gave us what we wanted. 6% are saying it needs more work. So interesting. Okay, so still not 100% happy with it. I'd be curious to know exactly what type of work needs to be done, but good to know. And at 0%, the definitive wrong answer, I like the other proto better. So it seems like
Really?
nobody on the stream here liked the other prototype better. So overall, a lot of folks that are happy with this update. And I would
Marco.
put myself in the... Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Marco. Do you know when you're putting the polls into the chat, like, and does the wrong answer say wrong answer next to it, and people selected, or how are you saying? How are you deciding what the wrong answer was?
I'm saying the lowest percentage is the wrong answer. I'm being cheeky
right,
here.
gotcha.
We could tune this. We could tune this as the episodes go.
No, I
over,
get
but-
you. I was just wondering how you're working it.
Yeah, no, there's no secret wrong answer. I'm just being cheeky with whatever the lowest percentage is. But yeah, so I would put myself in the camp that was pretty not happy with the original prototype that they showed. Loved the film. When they announced that they were going to be updating this, I went and got a pre-order. I was like, this is one that I'm going to want to add. I have faith in Hot Toys that they're going to get it right. And what I'm seeing here, I'm very, very happy with the decision to pre-order. So, we kind of classify things and you wouldn't want to miss out. This is one that I absolutely would not want to miss out on personally. So let's see. He, she, we is saying, what they are right. It does need work, but also need to work on just being grateful themselves. It's tough, right? It's like, where do we draw the line? We want to provide positive feedback, but at the end of the day, nothing's going to be perfect. So when do you just learn to, be happy with an item that you receive? It's tough.
It's like that Star Wars thing you say. Like Star Wars fans, no one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. No one hates Hot
That's
Toys more than Hot Toys fans.
It's absolutely right. No one's more miserable about a release than a Hot Toys fan. So, Joao, you were showing these backgrounds here.
Yeah, this was to show Shane how that guy does these things with the backgrounds, the movie backgrounds.
Are these? Are these? Are these detolfs or module cases?
No, not module cases,
They're
because he
detolf.
already has these for many years. I think these are detolfs or something similar to that.
He just put some kind of bordering around it.
Yeah,
for
because
the-
you know what it looks like. Have you seen
air.
that video about the detolf killer that's going around the internet now? Like
No.
IKEA have a new version of the detolf. It's a bit like, I think it's slightly narrower, and there's like black borders around it. Still has 4 glass compartments, and it's easier, I think, to wire lighting, but they're like
And
$100
easier
a
to
pop.
assemble, I think, as well, right?
Yeah,
The
so
detolfs are
and less
100 now
likely
too,
to
right?
shatter, I believe. So they're actually, I think, officially decontinuing the detolf, and but they're very similar to this. Only these are wider.
Yeah, yeah.
Looks good.
This
though.
looks incredible. Shit, I love that display. So, so with that, I'm going to share one last piece of information. It was brought up earlier because I know that I'm probably going to run off and go get one of these. So let me see. We're going to share this, and just wanted to provide everyone with the latest and greatest
Spider-Man?
info. Yeah, there you go. So it is $305. Let's wait for it to pop up here. $305 on Sideshow. The window is October 2023 through March 2024. So that's incredibly fast. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is really interesting that this is one that they're going to get out so quickly. That's kind of my first time seeing a non-limited figure get pushed out this early with that intention, right? With them saying, no, we're getting it out this early. So that's fascinating to me. Any takes on the price or where to order from on anyone on this panel? All right.
I always hear
hearing none,
good things about Secret Compass. So
Secret Compass. That's a third party seller.
yeah, distributor of Sideshow, I think.
Got it.
But
So
always
I will
hear
say,
that they're really good to order from.
so if you want that limited edition head, though, I think it's only going to be available via Sideshow and then overseas sellers. You're going to be a little bit more limited on where you can order from. Let me check in with the chat, and then we will wrap up here. Tuli, does anyone think the special edition for this Spider-Man will sell out anytime soon? I would not be shocked if it does, given that they want to push it out early. They might just be like, okay, here's the window. It's closed, and now we're going to release this. So one to watch out for sure. Don't FOMO buy. Do not FOMO buy, but I wouldn't be shocked. Anyone else have an opinion on that on the panel?
That exclusive piece is probably one of the coolest exclusive pieces I've seen in a long time. It just looks awesome.
It looks
And it's
incredible.
not a
Agree.
plastic
I agree.
blue hologram.
Yeah.
I think they're forcing your hand that you have to pre-order just in case. You know, I don't want it to be FOMO, but it seems like it's FOMO. Like you're not gonna get that if you don't pre-order. But how many pieces they got? Like, who knows? I mean, how long this will last? I don't know. It could last a few days. It could last a few weeks. I mean,
But the fact that there's a chance that it could release in October makes it feel like it'll be a much more limited run. So who knows? It's Spider-Man. They could make $1 billion, but it's a bit scary times right now. Eddie or Joao, any additional thoughts?
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. Sorry for arriving late. I know I need to get to work, so I will not stay here talking about the figure that we can talk further on. We will still have time to talk about this.
Heck yeah. So we'll chat definitely this evening on LWO, and really appreciate you being on. Joao, anything on your coming up on your channel that you want to plug?
Maybe, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay, fair enough. We'll give you some time to think about it.
I think I'm going to review the Bruce Wayne from Mars Toys tomorrow or after tomorrow. I'm really not sure, because I'm not sure if I receive it tomorrow after tomorrow. It depends on the time.
Is this the 89 Batman Bruce Wayne?
Not Batman. It's the Bruce Wayne. The Mars Toys is the Bruce Wayne, the civilian one, not Batman.
Yeah. So, but is this
Yeah.
89? Is this Keaton?
Keaton.
Michael Keaton? Okay, nice.
Michael Keaton.
All right.
Michael
Can't wait to
Keaton.
comment. Cannot wait to be the first person to comment on your video, that exact line. But that's awesome.
No, but I will call him Michael K. I will not say that name.
Just in case. Awesome. I'm looking forward to that review. So, Joao, thank you for being on today.
No, it's awesome.
And thanks for driving around on the pictures as well. Shane, how about you? What's coming up on the channel? You said you just uploaded a few opinion videos as well.
No, I recorded them. I just noticed that like Hot Toys had their showcase there, and so did InArt. So just before I came on, I had recorded the videos, but I hadn't edited. So I'm going to put them up live tonight. So yeah, thanks very much for having me, and thanks very much for just great chat with the panel. Great to meet Jose finally, and people in the chat and everything. Make sure you like and subscribe to all the boys here as well. My own channel is One Sick Figure Focus. Give it a check if you like the content. Give it a sub. Whose channel is LWO on?
So it'll be on P-Rock's channel tonight. It'll be 7:30 Pacific time, 10:30 Eastern time. I think he'll be on Miguel's channel before, but I think we're trying to be better about starting on time. So if you're
Right.
in there waiting
Good
for
luck.
us, yeah.
Send us on, if you don't mind. Send us on the link, and I'll see what I can do, if that's all right. I've kind of been up a bit earlier these days because the puppy and stuff like that. So I might actually be awake. But
Okay, all right.
if you don't mind.
If I forget, just message me. But yeah, I think that there's plenty of room for you. So Eddie, what do you have coming up on the channel, or any other streams you're going to be appearing on?
I'm gonna be on LWO tonight. Right before LWO. I'm gonna be on Payne's channel, Payne Collectibles.
Oh, nice.
We're doing an interview with Ant from PCS. So that'll be that starts at 6 Pacific Standard Time. So I'll be there just before LWO. I think that's it. I might be doing a review of my new Hellboy statue on my channel, just because I feel like there's not a lot of reviews of that on YouTube yet. So I thought, well, I haven't done a video in a while, so look out for that on Made Media. But other than that, nope, just find me on everybody else's channel. So
Heck yeah. Well, Thanks for joining today, Eddie. So subscribe to
thanks for
16
having
Figure
me.
Focus, subscribe to Big Bretta, subscribe to Made Media. And Jose, how about you, man? Any other stream appearances or any Instagram content we should be looking for?
Not yet, not yet. I want to get my podcast back up and going. I used to do a podcast with a buddy of mine. We haven't had it going for a while because he's been busy with work. But hopefully I can get that back and running and start showing some of my photographs I take of my figures. So hopefully that will come soon. But other than that, glad I was able to finally join you guys with the little tech issues there. So sorry about that, guys. And nice meeting you guys. Eddie, nice seeing you again. And Shane, nice meeting you. Glad that you can say my name properly now. And John, nice
You got
seeing
it
you.
right.
Nice to meet you, Jose.
Oh man, incredible. Well, thanks for joining, Jose. Thank you to everyone in the chat who joined today. If you wouldn't mind, and if you watched this whole video, leave a comment if you liked anything about this format, if there's anything that we should change. Yeah, it's a work in progress, but yeah, thought we'd be a bit more interactive this time. So catch me on Collecting Weekly just about every Tuesday. Catch me on LWO just about every Friday. As we mentioned, it'll be on P-Rock's channel, 7:30 Pacific time, 10:30 Eastern time. And catch the next episode of the She Said No podcast here on our channel. Gigi's done with the bar and she's excited to stream finally. So yeah, a lot of good content upcoming on everyone's channel. And with that, we will catch you on the next one. Peace out.
What's her last name? I'll look it up. You know, I don't really recall. Starts with an S. So swummy, slippy, slappy, Swanson? Maybe it's on the briefcase. Look on the... Oh, yeah! It's right here. Samsonite. I was